in. Some teams are overachieving, some teams not so much, and we're here to grade them all. Welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm here with...
I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
And I'm obviously Chris. Well, not obvious for
He's the guy with the hoodie.
I'm Chris. Make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are inching so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So every subscriber counts from this point on.
Every inch matters.
Every inch matters. Exactly. Every single one. That's really all the housekeeping stuff. Follow us on all our socials in the descriptions.
71 away.
71 away. We're really close.
Coming into today,
we gained like 15
coming
in a day.
into today,
like
we were like 20, like 90 away, like 90, 95 away, and now we are just 71 away every day. If we could just, 20 subs, we're there in less than a week.
Tony Tiz in the chat, Bing Bong.
Please,
yeah, we're balling. Right
please, people, we're there. We're so close. So keep following, keep showing us love. We do appreciate you guys on all socials, because we're getting close on Instagram. Obviously, TikTok, we are far past the 1K mark, but get us to 10. Get us to 10K. Put a 0 behind that 1, and then, we're moving around here. So we're making money moves here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Big
so
time.
a lot of basketball to talk about.
Before we get into the basketball, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. Can't complain. Getting over being sick. Getting close.
I'm
getting
good.
there.
Watching my Knicks ball out right now. Well, they're up 2, but they're balling out. Can't complain, man.
Oh,
life
precious.
is good.
Missed
Life
free
is
throws.
good.
Back in school. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
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 Before we get into the grades, the NBA All-Star reserves were announced tonight.
Yes, they were.
Some people feel a certain type of way about it. We spoke about it in the group chat briefly. I don't think any of us feel too strongly about anyone who made it or didn't make it, but we could just go over it fast. So in the East, you have Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Bam Adebayo, Julius Randle, Tyrese Maxey, and Paolo Banchero. Who's the biggest snub out East?
I don't even know if snub is the right word because it's Trae Young.
It is Trey.
But look at that list, man. Those guys all deserve to be all-stars.
Yeah.
And Trae Young does too. What the fuck?
I'm happy my Knicks got 2, and they deserve.
Brunson just got smacked in the face, and they picked up the ball and dunked.
And they deserved to, because Randall's having the best season of his career, and Jalen obviously has been Jalen. I hope this man is okay. Jesus Christ.
Took a shot.
But Pete, is your producer mic on?
You're 4.
It's muted, but I can unmute. Yeah, I took Jalen Brunson for 45 points in the middle of the third quarter, and now
End of the third quarter, thinking it was the end of the second.
Clutching his face, closing his eyes.
Headed to the bench.
But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with all the East All-Stars overall.
Oh, I need to fix this camera. Sorry, guys. It's going to fucking bother me.
While you pulling it
Bear
closer.
with us.
But nah, Trae Young is definitely the biggest snub in terms of East All-Stars overall. But I mean, look, you made a perfect point. Who are you taking off? Like, who are you taking off this list realistically? Another big piece of basketball news that I feel like we can mention because we're mentioning East All-Stars. Joel Embiid, man. Torn meniscus. They don't know what they're going to be doing just yet, and they said they'll be deciding that over the weekend. But, man, prayers up to Joel Embiid. You hate to see shit like this. Any injury like this that alters an NBA season or a sports season in general, you hate to see shit like this. Like, it sucks. So Joel Embiid, get well soon. Likely gonna be out for the season, I would assume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what options do they really have, like other than surgery and out for the season?
No, he's out for the year.
Yeah.
It's
no,
either,
he's definitely out for the season.
He could play on it. I don't think it gets worse from this point.
Oh, really?
I think that's one of the options. I'm not so sure how much worse it could get. But yeah, I hope he decides to not attempt to play on it because the man has already had knee issues to this point in his career.
30,
so, 30-year-old 7-foot center. I'd rather you not play on a torn meniscus. Go get yourself right.
It's such a shame, bro. They were the best they've looked easily since they've had Jimmy Butler on the squad and everything. But
yeah, 4-game losing streak because Embiid's been in and out of the lineup at this point. So did Brunson just won? Of course he did. That's my all-star. But yeah, so that's the East.
Trae Young should be an all-star. I
would
said in
agree.
the chat that I don't really mind, but I do mind. He's averaging 27 and 10.
yeah,
Who would you take out?
Paolo.
I thought so.
Paolo
I
needs to
agree.
go.
I agree.
Listen, he's having a great season, but it's not like the team successes that they fell down in the standings.
Yeah.
They're sitting at what, the 8th seed right now currently?
Yeah, yeah.
At 25.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't give me the team success excuse.
Right.
And if you look at it just from a statistical standpoint, it's Trae Young.
Yeah.
It's Trae Young. Listen, I love Paolo and I love his game, but what are we doing?
I'm with you.
It
I
should be-
agree.
Trae Young
That's
should
what
be
I
in
was
there.
saying
Yeah.
today in the chat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
They've.
should be
It's also like, yeah, it's Paolo's gotten better and the Magic have gotten worse. And,
Yes.
Yeah. So
And then out west, we have Kawhi, AD, D-Book, Anthony Edwards, Steph, Paul George, and Kat. Who's the biggest snub out west?
it's to me, it's got to be Sabonis.
Yep.
The guy's had 29 straight double doubles.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I don't
he's
know who
putting
you
up
take
crazy.
out.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just the biggest question. I mean, Paolo, I agree with it. If anyone's gonna go out east, it's Paolo. But the West, it's tough, man. Like I see people saying Paul George, but I don't agree. Like Paul George has been
He's just having a 6.
fucking awesome, and the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league. That's definitely a big factor too.
yeah, I mean,
Kings deserves an All-Star though.
yeah, I wouldn't mind AD not being in there.
Yeah.
I know AD's having a great season, and we know what AD provides to a team defensively, but, I mean, do the Lakers really need 2 All-Stars this year? Of all years, do they need 2 All-Stars?
The two of them are playing so damn well that it's like you kind of have to. You kind of have
I just
to.
feel like, from just a statistical standpoint, yes, AD is having a better year than
Right.
Sabonis. I wouldn't argue that, but we've seen time and time again the team success matter for All-Star voting. So
Yeah.
why isn't it mattering here? You
Yes.
know?
Yeah. No, I agree. In this case, it's just tough because like, are you taking AD out, who's having a phenomenal season still, statistically, like impact-wise, all that, for Sabonis? Like, it's also just, in the NBA, some of this is a popularity
Name
contest.
value,
Even
yeah.
though the coaches
Yeah.
are the ones picking the reserves, it's Anthony Davis in the end. Like, that's the thing. So it's like, I feel bad. Sabonis definitely deserved to be in there, or even Fox for that matter. The Kings are the 5 seed and 8 games above 500. Like, it's kind of crazy that they don't have an All-Star, but it is what it is. I'm sure they're not too hurt about it though.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sabonis is okay.
Chris, you asked in the chat earlier. You asked about Dame. Would you take out Dame for Trae Young?
Jesus.
I think it's tough
precious.
because
If the
yeah.
question is who's having a better season,
Right.
I would say Trae Young.
Right.
If the question is who should be an All-Star,
It's tough because the Bucks offense is one of the best in the league, and they're the 2nd seed in the East.
and Dame's a huge part in that.
Right.
Like a huge, for as bad
Right.
as their defense is, their offense is elite.
Right.
And
Yep.
Dame has been a huge part in that. They went from, a 10 to 15 ranked offense last year to probably the best offense in the NBA or second best offense in the NBA. So I guess no. I guess Dame deserves it, but it's close. It's close.
Yeah.
Like it's
I would
definitely a
agree.
conversation. I think Dame being an all-star starter messed everything up for
Yes.
the East.
Yes.
Messed everything
I don't know
up.
why he was a starter over Brunson,
Yeah.
bro.
Crazy.
I really don't get that.
I mean, I just looked at it. Trae Young finished second amongst guards in fan votes
Voting?
in the Eastern Conference behind Tyrese Halliburton.
Didn't make the All-Star game.
So the coaches have it out for him, and that's why he wasn't a starter. Because we always say the fan vote matters, especially for the starters and shit like that. But the coaches and the media have a say in
Yeah.
it too. So clearly, there's just people don't rock with Trae Young. It is what it is, man. Trae Young's been doubted his whole life. Tua's been doubted his whole
I was
life.
gonna say your
I've been doubted.
I was gonna
my
say
whole
your
life.
guys are getting a lot of shit, man.
It's all right, man.
I mean, look, they are 7 games below 500, 10th in the East.
Oh,
like-
it's so rough for them, bro.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
But I mean, we'll talk about the Hawks as a whole at some point. But yeah, that has a big deal for coaches as well. So especially when it's like guys are so close statistically, I guess. So
yeah. I mean, we could just get right into it. Like I said to you
For
guys
sure.
before the show, I didn't want to just go in alphabetical order. I wanted to mix it up. So I have the wheel here to determine which teams we're gonna grade first. So if this wheel would work, I'll spin it. Let's
Nick's
see.
money line, baby.
Let's see.
Nick's
Let's
money
see.
line.
Let's see. We are starting out west with the current 6 seed, 8-2 in their last 10, the 28-20 Phoenix Suns. What grade do you guys give the
Interesting place to
Phoenix
start.
Suns?
I gotta find one. You go.
All right, so like a cop out answer is incomplete right now. Like I want to say that I really do because like we haven't really gotten the chance to see them for extended periods of time at full strength, but now we have at points and they look dominant. So that's the thing. I'm going to for the Phoenix Suns. I feel like it's a C+ for me right now. I expected them to be a lot better, so I can't give them a better grade. Their health has come into question throughout the entirety of the season, but somehow, some way, even with all that being said, they are 28-20. They are 8-2 in their last 10, and they're getting it done. Right now, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant have been phenomenal. They have 2 All-Stars, so you know what? I can't really go lower than a C+, given that they're still managing to be this good at this point. And then shout out Grayson Allen, man. The only guy in the league at 50, 40, 90 right now, I think.
Shooting 50% from 3.
Yeah.
Is he actually?
Yes.
For the
Yeah,
full,
yeah.
Like, it's at 50% from 3
Maybe
now?
like 49 point something, but yeah.
Oh,
Let me
my
just double check.
God. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grayson's having a ridiculous year.
He's shooting 49.8% from 3 on
So
like 5 attempts
50%.
per game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I went with a B- for the Suns. I think everything you said was correct. I don't know how I'm feeling about this Beal trade. I think if they would have just bolstered the roster around Katie and Booker, it could have been a different story. I don't think Beal has been bad since coming back, but you have to factor in injuries with Bradley Beal. He's been healthy for a long time now. But yeah, I don't know. The Suns, it's tough with the Suns because, like, are they a good team? Yes, but that's not what they're striving for. They want to win a championship.
Yep.
So that's what you have to base your expectations off of. So I went with the B-.
Right. That was a great point right there. We're basing this off the expectations of this is a team trying to win a championship, and I completely agree. B-. The defense is about middle of the pack,
Yep.
which is pretty much what we'd expect. The offense, I think it's top 10 in terms of offensive rating, but we expect more from their offense. And, you know, the last 10 games, it's been great. So if we get this, if we get the 3 stars healthy and we get them, you know, Devin Booker's been on a fucking tear the past week and a half. I mean, he scored 60 the other night versus the Pacers. You know, he's killing it. So if they could keep this up for an extended period of time, that grade definitely goes up. But right now, halfway through the season, at the 6th seed, I think a B- is a perfect grade for them.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
We're all in that same area.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves, currently first in the Western Conference, 34-14.
I think this is an easy one for me, relative to expectations. And I think it might be the same thing for you guys. I'm giving them an A+, honestly. I have to throw the A+ in there. It's not just an A, it's an A+. They're number 1 in the West at the current moment when everyone was doubting them. And everyone thought that this would be the season that they end up tearing it apart. And we are just grading this based on what they've done in the regular season to this point. So I don't got to worry about what happens in the playoffs. I don't got to worry about whether it all works out in the playoffs or not. I'm just basing it off of what I've seen so far and the fact that they have the number 1 defense in the NBA and the number 1 record in the Western Conference. That's a big deal, and that's deserved of an A+.
So I went with an A, but you did make a great point that we are just going based off the regular season. We're not projecting for the playoffs because I feel like a lot of people might feel the same way that they don't feel like a title contender up there with the Celtics and those teams. So that's why I didn't give them that grade. But yeah, I mean they're a genuine surprise. Like you said, they were supposed to tear it apart this season. Even early in the season, people were talking about Karl Anthony Towns trades, and then he just started balling. I mean, the best defense in the NBA, like you said. If I have to nitpick, which when you're a top level team who wants to continue to compete for a championship, you do have to nitpick. When Anthony Edwards is off the floor, the point differential. I think they said I saw that their point differential per 100 possessions is like 12 points. So their offense without their star on the floor struggles a lot. That could be a problem going forward. But they've been great. They've been excellent, and they've had a really hard schedule too. Like they've beaten some really good teams. So
yeah, I gave them an A also, and there's just one stat that sticks out to me, and it's been sticking out over the past like 2 weeks, especially for them, not just their offense, their fourth quarter offense.
Yeah.
They get cold in the fourth quarter. I have it right here. They're 27th in the league in fourth quarter offensive rating. You know who's actually the worst offensive rating in the fourth quarter?
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, the team
Wow.
we just spoke about. The worst, like by far, 103.3 offensive rating. That's terrible.
Oh
in the fourth
my
quarter.
goodness.
But it does make sense. So with no Beal and a limited roster, those guys get tired come fourth
Yeah.
quarter. So that does make a little bit of sense. But that's my one bone to pick with the Timberwolves is at times this offense gets super stagnant and, like you said, super Ant Edwards reliant. And when Ant's not cooking, they look lost sometimes on offense. But like you guys said, I mean, number one in the West, the best defense in the NBA by far. Rudy Gobert playing like a defensive player of the year. You have 2 All-Stars. Karl Anthony Towns is having a fantastic year on the offensive end. So, yeah, I think an A is a perfect grade for them. They've been pretty spectacular this season. I have one question for you guys, so before we move on. What can they do to improve and to not just be a fun, cute number 1 seed? What can they do to solidify themselves in your eyes as a championship contender this year? Is there a move that can solidify them as a championship contender this year?
So oddly enough for me, for this team, I feel like you're a scorer away. You're another scorer away. I'm not saying it even needs to be a starter, but I think they got to give conference mate Utah a call and go and get a guy like Jordan Clarkson, who at any given point, he doesn't, and you have the defenders that if you have Jordan Clarkson in a lineup, you have a bunch of great defenders around him. He doesn't need to worry about doing anything else except for going out there and getting a bucket. And if he's not hot, it's perfectly fine because you have a bunch of other options. And if he happens to be hot on any given night, there you go. You have another go-to option potentially when it matters the most. I think Jordan Clarkson would help them immensely. And, I mean, aside from that, can't really think of much else. I think Jordan Clarkson's a great fit. And I think he'd move a lot of needles for me, at least, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. Go get a 6-man, namely Jordan Clarkson. I just said their biggest issue is their offense when Anthony Edwards isn't on the floor. Just go get a guy to put out there when he's not on the floor. I think Clarkson's good, but he's not too good. Like Terry Rozier was having a crazy season, so
Yes.
it was way more competitive for him. Clarkson's a little more streaky, but I think he'd be great for them.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. Let's see.
Bro, Brunson had 40. He scored 109 points, and he had 40.
The Indiana Pacers currently sitting at 6th in the Eastern Conference, 27 and 22 now. I don't know if it just
Yes.
updated with this game that they just played, but 27 and 22. Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star starter. I'm going to go first for the Pacers. Relative to expectations, it's an A+ for me. My first A+ out of the first 3 teams we've graded. And there's 2 reasons for it. Like I just said, Tyrese Halliburton, all-star starter, playing at an elite level. They have one of the best offenses in the NBA, and the front office was aggressive, and they went and got their guy to pair next to Tyrese Halliburton. So I think they knocked it out of the park this season. They don't have to do anything else. They don't have to win a playoff series for me. Just keep up at this pace, get some playoff experience, and go into next season and try and build off that. For me, perfect season for the Pacers.
Yeah, I'm cool with an A+. It just depends. We probably all have marginal differences in our grading scales. I went with an A. Again, relative to expectations, they shattered expectations more than anyone in the league. They were nowhere near expected to be this good. And I love that they were aggressive and went out and got a real second star, and he fits like a glove with them. Best offense in the NBA. Defense is bad. If they could improve upon that, I don't really know what move there is to be made for them. But I agree with what you said, Chris. I don't think they have to go make a move. They nailed it.
Yeah, so for me, if they hadn't made the Pascal move, I probably would have been at about a B+. Even though they've been great this year, I probably would have been at a B+ because we still kind of expected them to be in the range of like 6 to 8-ish in the East anyway, and they're in that right now. So given that they did go and get Pascal and made an aggressive move in attempting to enter this upper echelon of the Eastern Conference, I had to give them an A. It was aggressive, and they showed that they have a willingness to win, and they want to build around their guy in Tyrese, and they want to accelerate the timeline. And whenever someone does that and shows a clear and cut out direction for their franchise, you got to give, I have to boost the grade for that. And that's why I went with an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it moving, man. Not much to say about most of these teams. You know, it's the NBA regular.
A good amount to say about
Yeah.
all of them.
This
you know,
one
you know?
we should have a good
Most of
amount to say.
Yes, sir.
You guys were
it us?
waiting for
It
it.
is us.
Do they? I don't want to be wrong. Do they move up to second in the Eastern Conference after the win tonight? No.
No.
Right? No.
No,
So still
Bucks are
third.
32 and 16, half a game.
Okay. So
Half a game
still
better.
third in the Eastern Conference. The now 32 and 17 New York Knicks. The floor is yours. I'm gonna sit back.
Woo! It's an A+, and it ain't even close. Because originally, right, I would have given them like an A- if we didn't make a move. But we made a move, and right now, to this point in the season, it's the move. It's the move. And we look phenomenal. What are we since the OG trade? We've won our last 3, and we
Amazing
haven't had
is what we
OG
are.
or Julius Randle. So it seems like no matter what happens, we're on a 9-game win streak right now, might I add. No matter what happens, we're finding a way to win. And as a Knicks fan, it feels so damn good. And for once, honestly, I really did think after the OG trade, when Randall was healthy, I really thought, yo, this might be a title contender. Like, for real, this might be a title contender. And I don't want to put that to a team with Julius Randle. Like, I hate to say that, but Randall was playing different this season too. He wasn't relying so much on his jump shot, which was beautiful to see. He was being far more aggressive. His passing had, honestly, in my opinion, felt like it reached a new level. He was more decisive out of double teams and such, just from the eye test. And I have to give us an A+ because we made a move that, again, showed clear direction and aggressiveness to improve the roster. For us to be the 3rd seed and potentially even the 2nd seed soon enough, man, like, that is shattering the expectations of anybody. Even our wildest expectations could not have imagined this. The Knicks deserve an A+.
Yeah, I mean, I also gave the Knicks an A+. Maybe a little biased there. I don't give a shit. They made the best trade all season. OG has been absolutely astounding. I mean, you've all seen the plus-minus numbers online. I don't have them exactly because they were from a few games ago, but whatever.
Like a plus 42 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Listen, man, the Knicks are really, really good. I mean, like you said, tonight we beat the best offense in basketball without Julius Randle, without OG Anunoby. And we have legitimate, at the least, Eastern Conference Finals chances, especially now. I hate to say it, but now Embiid went down. We have a legit chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I don't think they're a team you want to see because they're tough, they're gritty. As far as playoff concerns, though, I can say whatever I want about the playoffs. Julius Randle has a reputation to disappear when the playoffs come. I have confidence that he won't because, like you said, Matt, he's been playing a different style of basketball. He's been playing way more bully ball. And as we saw when they played the Cavs last season, when he puts his head down and plays bully ball, there's very few people who can stop him. And when he's actually decisive and makes the right decision and doesn't throw the ball to the other team and things like that, he is really good to watch. And he's really good for us. Yeah, man, the Knicks have hit it out of the park. Role players have stepped up. Isaiah Hartenstein, man. He's been fucking phenomenal.
Might I just
phenomenal.
add, our front office has not made a bad move to this point. Everything that they've done has worked out. Josh Hart's been awesome for us. Dante DiVincenzo has been phenomenal and a flamethrower since Julius Randle went down especially. And Isaiah Hartenstein has turned himself into one of the best centers in the NBA. Like, I hate to have a hyperbole with it, but, like, he really has been that damn good since Mitch went out. And it just seems like everything this front office is doing right now turns to fucking gold.
They're making the right move. Deuce
So
McBride
I do want
stepped
to
up in a big
hear
way.
from, yes, that's another one. I do want to hear from a non-Knicks fan and an unbiased perspective. On,
a no Knicks hater.
yes.
Same as you guys. So, funny story, actually. So, I told you Amanda's home for the weekend, so we went and grabbed food before this. She asked, what are you guys doing on the pod today? And that just led to...
Fucking Pete.
So that led to a whole rant about Tuesday's podcast and how I'm getting shat
my
on
God.
Twitter and everything and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. We shot 40% from the field and won
But-
the game.
But she asked, she's like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, grading NBA teams. You know, it shouldn't be as rowdy as last time. And she's like, how come? And I'm like, well, the only thing that they're really going to be super passionate about is the Knicks. And honestly, I have nothing bad to say about the Knicks. The Knicks are a good team. I have nothing bad to say. In terms of a grade, I'll go with an A+ also, man. I mean,
Wow.
they're the 3rd seed in the East.
That's how you know you're doing. We're doing
This is
something
so
right.
magical.
I mean, like everything you guys said, list the bullet points. 3rd seed in the East. You have a guy in Jalen Brunson who, I'm going to ask you something before we move on about Jalen Brunson, but playing at an all-NBA level,
Yes.
made the All-Star team. You got Julius Randle. Hopefully he gets back soon because you guys need him.
Yep.
Hopefully
Yep.
he gets back soon playing at an all-NBA level.
2 to 3 weeks.
You
they say.
went out and you were aggressive and got a guy in OG Anunoby who helps immediately. We, like you said, the plus-minus numbers are through the roof. His
And
defense,
best defense in the league since then.
right? His defensive impact is honestly arguably the best in the league.
Yep.
There's a real case to be made. I'm not saying I'd pick him, but there is a case to be made that OG Anunoby is the defensive player of the year. That's how good he's been.
You know what else is scary? There's a legitimate case that another guy on this team could be defensive player. He won't,
No,
but
no.
there's a case.
Let's not get carried. No, there's not a case. Come on.
There's a case.
No, there's no. Come on, bro. See how we were good. We were good. We were giving them praise. but that-
Isaiah.
No, I'm aware of
He's
who
not-
you're referencing, but he's not. Yeah,
But yes,
come on.
OG, yes, the most impactful
Yeah.
defensive player on this team by far.
Isaiah Hartenstein is never going to
26 shots
Anywhere
from Dante
close
DiVincenzo
to,
is fucking crazy.
16
to defensive
threes.
player of the year. Like you said, they were aggressive, went out and got OG. They, saw a window that they could be competitive and make some noise, and they went out and they were aggressive. And then, like you said, all these moves around the edges, bringing in a guy, obviously that wasn't this season, but having a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein, bringing in Dante DiVincenzo in free agency, going out and getting a guy like Josh Hart last season, they've, like you said, the front office has just done everything right. The players are producing. They're bought in. It's more than just a good basketball team. They have a good basketball culture
Yes.
for the first time in our life.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
For the
It
first
was-
time in our
It's
lives.
been
a
some
good
dark-
culture.
There have
and
been
the
dark
Knicks.
times.
Right.
Who would have thought?
Right. So just if this was any other team who had a good culture, maybe it wouldn't boost their grade as much. But because it's the Knicks and because it's been our entire lifetimes of a dog shit culture, that boosts the grade significantly for me. So yeah, it's an A+. I'll ask this before we move on.
Mm.
Is Jalen Brunson the 3rd best point guard in the NBA right now? There's Luka. There's
is
Steph
amazing.
Curry. Who's that 3rd guy? Is it Jalen Brunson?
You said Lucas, Steph. We're not putting Shea as a 1. Or we're putting
Shea.
Shea.
You tell me.
I'm
Who's the
just
3rd
saying.
guy?
Shea,
You tell
no,
me.
it's
Yeah.
not even Shea's the 3rd guy. Shea's the 2nd guy.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Right
I
now.
honestly forgot Shea is a point guard.
Yeah.
Is Jalen Brunson the 4th best point guard in the NBA?
There we go. Yeah, people
Yeah.
won't flame me for that one.
Yeah, why not? Off the top of my head, who is it?
There isn't someone. There's nobody.
You gonna throw Fox at me?
That was the only other name I even
him out.
thought of. But yeah,
Tyrese?
Jalen Brunson is. I'm sorry, but
I'm taking him over. I mean, I'm
With
just throwing names
what
out there,
Brunson
but
is doing.
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
I'm taking him over
And
Tyrese.
Not even just. Obviously, not even just keeping them afloat. We're 3-0 since Rando and OG have been out of the lineup, and it's been Jalen by himself pretty much. And
I think he's had 240 balls. In
yes,
that,
and he's
in that
still
span.
doing this with all the defensive attention possible on him. And I've personally never seen a guy dominate a game the way he dominates a game. At 6'1", just out of the post, pretty much.
Yeah,
With footwork, with floaters the whole
Yeah.
time, and then just pulling up from deep and knocking everything down.
yep.
Look, yes, Jalen Brunson is the 4th best point guard in the NBA, and who was it? Candace Parker that said he's not. What the fuck did she say? She said
Can
some
win a
stupid
I know-
shit.
championship
yeah,
with his. Oh, that he didn't play good against Miami?
Yes,
Yeah, that was pretty.
That
That
was
was
fucking
stupid.
crazy.
Becky Hammond, look,
That's
and
just
I
a lack
agree,
of
I agree with
research.
her. I
Yeah,
agree
Becky
with her
Hammond's
point.
fine.
I agree with her point. Her point of the whole like
What did she
you
say?
can't win a championship with a small guard being your best player.
You've said
Unless
that for
it's
years,
Steph
yeah.
Curry. Yes, I've said that for years. I agree. But
He's not that good.
he's not.
That he changes that.
He's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
No.
He's not. But he definitely has proven himself to be a legitimate top tier number 2, in my opinion,
Right.
on what could potentially be a championship team.
I think Shaq made a great comparison. He said he hasn't seen a guy this size get what he wants as easily as Brunson since Allen Iverson. And I think Brunson does it in a different way. Like Matty J said, playing in the post, backing down guys that are bigger than him. It doesn't make sense. Taking turnaround fadeaways at 6'1". Who does that? It's
thick.
It's just like I've never seen a point guard, let alone like a smaller point guard, play that style of basketball. It's really fun. It really is fun to watch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's the fourth best
Johnny
point
said
guard in
the
the league.
chat, Jalen Brunson is better than Steph Curry at the current moment. Which, like,
Yeah,
yeah, but no. Yeah, but no.
That's up to you guys. I asked you guys the question. You tell me.
Like, I hate to say, like, no, he's not better
yeah,
than
that's
Steph
where you
Curry.
lose me.
But yes, he's playing better basketball than Steph Curry at the moment. Is how I'll put it.
Sure,
Like, yes, he is, but
but like, come on,
no, he's just not better than
let's
Steph.
come back down to earth a little
Yeah,
bit
we
here.
gotta-
Yeah,
we
So if you're
gotta-
ranking point guards this year, you ranking Jalen Brunson ahead of Steph?
absolutely not.
You just can't. You can't do it. It's
I don't know.
Steph and Curry, bro. You just got to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
Even if
come
the
on.
numbers aren't quite there on Jalen Brunson's level or team success on Jalen Brunson's level, it's still
Steph
Steph
Curry.
Curry.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Right, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's go Knicks.
Go.
I wish Squeezy was in the chat. He's MIA on us tonight.
Yeah,
but
really.
We got the Boston
He'd be
Celtics.
violating us right
Yeah.
now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got the
Um,
Boston Celtics, first in the Eastern Conference. Just got 2 All-Stars. Could have potentially had 3 of them. In some people's eyes, could have potentially had 4 of them.
Yep.
What do we grade the Boston Celtics?
Pretty easy A+ for me. I mean, they're contenders, if not favorites. So anytime you're in that stratosphere, you're doing everything right. Celtics don't really have a hole in their roster. I mean, you can nitpick like you can with every other contender, but A+.
I mean, I expected exactly this from the Celtics, which is why I'm not going to give them an A+. I would have given them an A+ had they, been on like record pace or some shit. Because we're talking about a big 4. This is the only big 4 in the NBA right now.
A big 5, brother.
Yeah, big 5. Sorry. Big 5. This is the only big 5 in the NBA. And this is what we expected. So I have to say, Celtics still get an A, but just not an A+, because it's not like they're going above and beyond in some way in terms
I guess,
of my
yeah.
expectations. So,
But like, how much better can they do? Honestly.
like I said, it would have had to have been historical shit to this point.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm giving them an A.
That's fair.
Best team in the NBA by far, without question right now. The clear title favorite right now by far, no question. But there's room for it to be a little bit better. They have their lapses.
Yeah, I don't
here and
disagree.
there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really it to say about the Celtics. Not much to say. They're great. They'll
Knicks
be
in
competing
6.
for a title. Yeah. All right, moving on. That was quick and easy.
Yeah, Celtics didn't
Yeah, what are
need
you
to be
gonna say?
expanded on.
This
This is an interesting one.
The San Antonio Spurs, who are currently last in the Western Conference
Bro,
at
Pete
10
powered
and
up.
38.
10 and Jesus Christ.
Make sure to like,
Yeah.
10 and 38.
follow,
Good lord.
live.
I'm trying to see what their record has been over the last like 10.
They're a tough team to grade because again, it's all relative to expectations.
I'll
like-
start it out. I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
give the Spurs. I'm going to give them a C. And I know they weren't supposed to be good, but I feel like I haven't really seen much growth from their young guys. Obviously, Victor's
right.
sensational. Like, we don't really have to talk about Victor that much. I guess I could boost them up to a C+ just because of how good Victor's been the past month or so.
Yeah.
But I feel like Devin Vassell hasn't really improved much. I feel like Jeremy Sohan hasn't improved much. Keldon Johnson arguably has gotten worse.
Yep.
So I just feel like there hasn't been. I know it wasn't supposed to. They weren't supposed to jump and be this immediate playing team off the bat, but I feel like me personally, I would have liked to see more internal growth from them to this point in the season.
Yeah.
So I give them a C.
Yeah, I went with a C minus. Just because again, like I didn't really expect much from them. Yes, but like 10 wins is really bad. Like really bad to this point.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give them a C minus.
Yeah, fuck them. My main thing is that there's such a clear hole at point guard, and they're just refusing to take care of it. Like they're refusing to make a move that would really help. You don't care about winning games, obviously, but like you said, just there really hasn't been much growth. Not many bright spots other than Victor Wembanyama, and that can't be a common theme. So you gotta get the guy some help and do everything you can to maximize his potential.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. If they go out and get a facilitator, this grade jumps to like a B.
Yeah,
They don't have to win games.
Yeah,
but at least
exactly.
if you
They
could
could-
have some,
they can still
someone
win
to help-
22 games and
right,
yeah.
to help these guys get in better positions and help them grow, it would be a huge help. So yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
honestly think you've had a guy like that on your roster for much of this season already anyway, and you just haven't given him the starting job consistently enough in Trey Jones. Whenever Trey's played, this team has looked immensely better. When he's in the starting lineup, this is a viable team. This is a team that's not the laughing stock of the NBA or in the bottom 5 of the NBA. They're actually a pretty positive team when Trey Jones is on the court with Victor Wembanyama, with Jeremy Sohan, with Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. That 5 together, I'm pretty sure has a positive net rating so far this season. So I think Trey Jones is awesome, but that's not going to affect my grade in the end. I personally have them at a D+ for all the reasons you just stated before, Chris. I wanted to see growth from all of these young guys. Even if Keldon stayed the same, that would have been fine. If Vassell had stayed mostly the same, that would have been fine. But you needed Sohan to show some semblance of improvement. Trey Jones has been the steady hand, should have had the starting job all year. Wembanyama has taken leaps and bounds, but we expected that out of Wemby. So for us to not see a legitimate jump from any of these guys, that's a little concerning for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I give it a D+.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Moving along. Let's see. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
The Golden State Warriors. DJ, this is for you,
DJ,
man.
this is gonna
12th in the Western Conference, 20-24, one spot behind their little brothers, the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors. What do we give the Warriors?
You want to go ahead?
It's rough, man.
Say it, Tom. I'm going to agree with you.
I gave him a D
You're taking it easy on them.
I was
Yeah.
about to say the same thing.
because I have written down my main points. Trading Poole was a huge mistake. Chris Paul has not been very beneficial to you at all. They have no second scoring option. Their defense is bad, and to say bad is probably putting it lightly. But and then you say, "Oh, Draymond's coming back. Maybe that'll get better." But then, yeah, there's a whole issue of the offense. I have it here. The Warriors' regular starting lineup from last year, the best 5-man unit in the NBA last season. So that's Curry, Clay, Wiggs, Draymond, Looney. The best 5-man unit in the league has a minus 8.8 net rating in almost 140 minutes this season.
Yeah,
So even their guys that they do rely on are shitting the bed. And at the end of the day, this is the Golden State Warriors. It's championship or bust with this team, or at least contender or bust with this team. That's unacceptable. So, yeah, the Warriors get a D.
Yeah, I mean, Chris said it. You're going light on them. I gave them an F.
Yeah.
I still expected this team to be solid. It sucks given how many games that some important players have missed so far this season. When Draymond has been in the lineup, when Chris Paul has been in the lineup, this isn't a terrible team. This is not a bad team. This is probably a decently above 500 team when those guys are here. But that's part of the problem of having those two. You're not guaranteed to always have them in the lineup. So Chris Paul, Draymond Green missing a bunch of games, that's a big deal. I will say there's two things that make me want to give it a slightly better grade, and that's Brandon Podziemski and that's Jonathan Kuminga.
Kuminga's been balling
Really
recently.
showing out.
the ball would come ever since. cut his hair.
Yes, exactly.
The bald comb.
Bald
But Andrew Wiggins, prior to the last 7-ish games, was atrocious. Atrocious. So even while Jonathan Kuminga was taking these steps up, Andrew Wiggins was taking these steps back.
Yeah, he.
Steph Curry hasn't had quite the season that Steph Curry should be having. Klay Thompson, you could say the same thing for.
Good God.
It seems like Father Time's getting the best of these guys. And all good things must come to an end. And it seems that this may very well be the end of the Warriors dynasty. And I had to give them an F for all the reasons I just listed.
Yeah, it's an F for me. Like you said, it's cool that B-Pods was a good pick. It's cool that the come bucket's coming along, but it's not what we're playing for here. We're playing to put a championship team around Stephen Curry and compete for championships. And they are not just failing at that right now. They are miserably failing. Like you said, Chris Paul has not provided what you wanted him to provide. Now he's out with injury. Draymond has not given you what you wanted from Draymond this year because of the antics.
He went to rehab.
Yeah, the antics. And like you said, hate to say it, but Steph Curry doesn't look like Steph Curry of years past right now. And that's okay. He's
how
still
can
great.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's still fucking great. But he doesn't look like the superhero Steph Curry that could potentially carry this roster.
Yes.
He needs some help. And that's okay to need help. It's okay to need help. But he's not getting that right now. Klay Thompson hasn't been as bad as, like, I know we did a few Warrior segments early on in the year. He hasn't been as bad. He's gotten a little bit better, but he's not the Klay of old. Like you said, Wiggins has been pretty much dog shit the entire year. And with no Draymond and no Chris Paul in the lineup, they just don't have enough juice. You know, Dario Saric and Corey Joseph just aren't going to get the job done for you.
Yeah, no.
They're just not going to get the job done for you.
Joseph.
I'll ask you guys this before we move on. Is there a move that the Warriors can make to revive their season, or is it a wash?
You remember earlier in the season when we played GM for these guys and we said trade for Zach LaVine and trade for Gordon Hayward? Still think both of those moves could help this team out, but
they're the 12th seed, dude. It's bad.
I'm starting to think that it's time. It might just be time. And I don't know if there's a move out there that's going to save the Warriors this year. Like, no, I don't think there's a move.
Yeah.
I think it may very well just be over.
Yeah, I think so too. There's no move to make right now that can salvage this. Because again, it's the Warriors. It's championship contention. There's not one move that brings you from the 12th seed to a title contender. Not right now, at least.
So we could jump the gun a little bit. So then what? Then what come off season time?
So it's funny because I was actually gonna say to you guys that I wanted to pose a question to you. So honestly, I'll piggyback off of that. I do want to pose a question to you guys. If they don't turn it around, is there potential for a Steph Curry trade in the offseason?
I don't think you trade Steph unless he has to be traded. Because, I don't know. Because why? I don't know. Like why would you? Like wouldn't? It's tough, man. On paper, it makes sense.
Holding you back, not in terms of his play on the court, but for wanting to keep Draymond and Klay around.
Yes.
If that's like Draymond and Klay, done. Like they gotta go.
But that's the thing, because if you get rid of them, how much are you realistically getting back, number one? And does that really help you lead towards retooling like this with Stephen Curry? Which is why I think, like, what does a potential Steph Curry trade look like? Because this could help expedite a rebuild for the Golden State Warriors. And if Steph is like, yo, I don't really want to stick around with a losing culture, but he's not going to tell the Warriors that maybe necessarily. But if they have a conversation and both parties agree to it, like, do you think a Steph Curry trade like happens? Do you? I'm genuinely curious.
So hard to imagine.
If you were to predict right now, you would say no.
Not this offseason.
Not yet, but it's interesting, man. Because like Deadpool says in the chat, just build for next year, buy low on Wendell and move on and try to contend next year. Like, Wendell doesn't fix this.
I don't think
team.
so either.
Like
I don't think Looney's the problem. I don't think Looney's
Looney
the
hasn't
problem.
been good this year though.
No, but
He's been pretty bad this year actually.
but we also know that Looney also plays up to the level of the guys that you have around him too. So
That's true.
like it all depends
Looney
on
next
how,
to Draymond is also abysmal. Like just
yeah.
offensively at least.
Yeah, but we've seen it work
Yeah.
in the past.
It's not working
Yeah,
anymore.
it's tough. I'm sure we'll have a million of these conversations.
Sure, yeah,
come
it's the
off season
Warriors,
time.
right?
We got Jimo in the chat. Lakers get an A+
Jimo.
just because of tonight alone. I don't know if you guys saw they won against the Celtics without LeBron and AD. They beat
What?
them, yeah.
That's insane.
But Jimo, we're spinning a wheel to decide the teams. We haven't gotten up to the Lakers yet, so I'd love it if you stuck around because I'd love to get your input in the
boy.
chat. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck the
do the
wheel.
Lakers?
Let's
Yeah.
do
We're going to the
yeah.
Lakers right now.
Jimo, we have you in the chat. We're going to the Lakers. The Lakers currently 9th in the West. I guess now after tonight, I'm assuming this isn't updated, so I'm assuming now they're 25-25
Yeah, I would assume.
at 500. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but 9th in the West, the Lakers. I know, Tom, you're going to have something to piggyback off of at the end of this, but what do we grade the Lakers right now?
Lakers, I'm in a similar boat as the Warriors in the fact that it's championship or bust. I give them a C. They were supposed to be contenders.
Wow, Tom.
You are really nice.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You got negative, bro.
You are a really nice guy.
All right, I give them the D.
Yeah,
I'll give them
that
the
fucking
D.
Tom.
You know what? Actually, yeah, it is a D. Why is Darvin Ham still the coach?
Yeah, that's another
Why
thing.
in God's name is Mr. Hands in Pockets still on the sideline?
Oh, Christian will probably be in the chat about that.
Oh,
one
Christian loves that one.
right now. Okay.
And yeah, they were supposed to be contenders, and then this magical trade deadline that they had last season that was supposed to save everything. And granted, they were great after the trade deadline last season. Those guys just haven't really played up to par, and the one guy that has, they're trying to get rid of. It doesn't make sense. And also, the craziest part of it all is they're 500, and LeBron and AD have been pretty healthy all season. So how much longer is that going to last? And when that isn't, I mean, they beat the Celtics, but you're not going to do that every time.
Very happy you mentioned that because that was the exact first point that I was going to make. You're a 500 basketball team.
Yo, Pete is streaming right now.
It's the thing, bro.
Right.
It's so you got to think. LeBron and Anthony Davis have been healthy for the entirety of this season, and yet you're still a 500 basketball team, and that's the reason I'm giving this an F. You were expected to be great, and
Yeah.
you've been the epitome of mid with your two superstars healthy the entire year, which was our only concern. That was the thing that was supposed to derail the season. But no, even with them, you've been awful. So it's an F. I don't even think twice. They were in the finals for me. They were my pick.
Yeah,
So
when
yeah,
you
it's
put
an
it like that, that's fucking crazy.
It's an F.
I mean, I give it an F too. It's
Yeah.
pretty obvious. And I think the win against the Warriors last week pretty much sums it up. They won the game, but in double overtime. And LeBron needed to have, a 36-point, 20-rebound triple-double to just squeak by the Warriors,
point.
who we also just gave an F.
Yeah.
That's what you need to squeak by them. Listen, I know, Jimo, you're all over Twitter. You give me the Lakers stats for when I don't happen to watch. So thank you for that, for keeping us in tune. Because man, I don't know where I would be without knowing exactly what's going on with the Lakers. Oh man, but you say it all the time. They have that lineup of Reeves with LeBron, with AD,
D'Lo.
with Vanderbilt, and with
D'Angelo Russell.
and with D'Lo, that they haven't started a game yet
No.
this year. And I know you were very vocal about it today, Jimo, that the rumors were that they were going to get the start tonight. The lineup was finally going to get the start tonight, and then LeBron and AD missed time. And I hope this is just a night off for LeBron and AD. Hope nothing serious is going on with them. I don't even know what their injury
Yeah, me neither.
designations were, honestly. But this is what I said a month ago or 2 months ago, whenever it was. Taurean Prince is a cool piece, but he's not that fucking good.
No.
Cam Reddish, he had a good week. Congrats on the good week, Cam
kinda what he
Reddish.
does.
That's the Cam
Yeah.
Reddish experience.
He does have good
Yeah.
weeks.
Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes are not good backup bigs. This, as bad as Darvin Ham has been this year, this roster is a little bit flawed. And we gave them a lot of credit in the offseason for the moves they made, and those moves weren't the greatest. So it's a combination of things. It's a combination of the coach's incompetence to play the lineup that could potentially actually work, but also it's on the front office for not doing the best of jobs this offseason. Let's be real. Let's hold Rob Pelinka accountable. We praised him all offseason for the job he did, and now we're seeing it in real time that these players that he brought in really don't bring anything to the table.
No.
Torian Prince is really the only one of those guys who can maybe contribute in a playoff rotation. And even that, can he know?
He could have a bad night.
Right.
Bad nights too, yeah.
The Lakers lack perimeter defense, a true point of attack defender that can actually contribute offensively other than Vando. They lack a backup big. It's only a matter of time before AD gets hurt. Let's just be real. And they lack, like I said, they lack a competent coach. So I'll ask this. How do they fix it?
I don't know.
Is
Again,
Bruce Brown or DeJounte Murray the answer?
So I was about to say, like, D'Lo's been awesome,
It's been
especially
awesome,
recently.
bro.
D'Lo's been awesome.
I'll say DeJounte is a good basketball player, but the things DeJounte brings are not really the Lakers' biggest concerns. Like, there's still so many concerns outside of, he's your point of attack defender. I think we've all come to the consensus that he's not as the defender he was a couple years ago.
Still good though.
Still good, yeah, right. Definitely still good, but not really much of a shooter. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is. I think they have to have. I think they'd have to do what they kind of did last year at the trade deadline, and they kind of overhauled their roster, which that doesn't happen in the NBA ever. So for them to do that 2 years in a row, I think is unlikely.
The 3-point percentage is still holding up this year.
For
Murray?
DeJounte?
Yeah.
But again, he
Right,
plays
but he's
next
on.
to Trae Young.
Yeah, he plays next
A
to
guy who
Trae Young. and-
generates-
I mean,
yeah.
it be LeBron.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
LeBron.
It's not like he's
LeBron
falling off in
generates
terms
open
of
shots
creators.
for guys too. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
So-
You're right.
So there is one possible move that they've been flirting with, supposedly. I don't know how much validity there is to it, but enough to where a lot of people are talking about it. Nick Wright was on a podcast with Colin Cowherd, and they were talking about some potential LeBron James trades. So, what do we think about these LeBron James trade offers?
Oh boy.
So I stole these straight up from Nick Wright. So the first one is LeBron James to the Miami Heat for Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. No picks. That was it.
It's so tough. It's so tough to gauge the value on a 39-year-old dude who
Not just a 39-year-old
happens to
dude.
still be one of the
39-year-old LeBron James. Yeah.
5 best players in the NBA and will change your franchise's outlook in terms of ticket sales, ticket prices, merch, all that stuff. Okay, Hero and
Duncan.
Duncan. Bro. Does it like
I mean, for Miami, you do it.
yes.
Right.
Like, for
It gets rid of your shooting.
for all 29 teams, whatever the offer is for LeBron,
Yeah.
more
You're
times
gonna
than not,
wanna
you're
do it.
gonna do it. Yeah. As long as you're not giving up the guy.
I think these offers are light, by the way. Like, there's no way Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson gets you LeBron, right?
I don't know, man.
He is going to be a free agent, too. So that is
If
something
he
to consider.
tells
Maybe
the
that's
front
why they
office,
seem a little light.
Yo, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah, that's true.
You might have no choice.
That's true. So let's assume that's the case then.
What do you want us to do? Grade them or just say how we feel?
Say how
about
you
it?
feel about them. Does it
How I
Probably.
feel? Home run for Miami. The Lakers, not so much.
I
Not
guess,
so
yeah. I
much.
mean,
Here's another
LeBron
question.
James is a guy you could you could build championship rosters around. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, not so much.
right.
If you're trading LeBron, you're probably gonna then trade AD. I assume.
Do you think, or do you think they trade LeBron? Excuse me. To try and get pieces to try and build a more well-rounded roster and try it with AD having the keys.
With like
Do I
D'Lo,
think AD can be the
Reeves.
best player on a championship team? Probably not.
I agree.
But do you think the Lakers will try? You know what I'm
It
saying?
is the Lakers we're talking about.
And I mean, they have no picks.
Well, and that was always the plan too, right? The
It was
plan
LeBron and
always
then,
to,
yeah.
when LeBron phases out, go get. That's how it's been for the Lakers. You have Kareem. Kareem phases out. Magic takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Magic phases out. You get Shaq. Shaq phases out. You have a young Kobe ready to take over, or you have to trade Shaq. Whatever it is, whatever the
Kobe
case.
phases out, and you have D'Angelo
You have
Russell.
D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo, and Julius Randle.
And Kyle
Brandon
Kuzma.
Ingram, yeah.
That worked out. But nah, you probably have to take your chances and build around AD. You don't have your picks.
And Trev,
So-
I think we all agree that trading LeBron
they-
would be silly. We're just talking in a hypothetical
We're just throwing these out
world.
there. Yeah, trading LeBron
It's
is
been a trendy
ridiculous.
topic.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
us. We only care about getting views.
Yeah, we're doing
That's
this for
the only
content.
thing we care about is getting views on this podcast.
So the next one, this one amazes me. LeBron James to the Philadelphia 76ers for Toby Harris, Korkmaz, and a 28 Clippers unprotected first.
So I like
Toby Harris.
Toby Harris.
I like that more for the Lakers just because you're at least getting some type of draft.
And
comp.
Nick Wright made a good point. It's a 2028 Clippers unprotected. So that could be a good draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like that one much more than the first one just because you're getting some type of trade
So
comp.
you said
Toby and Korkmaz don't really move.
Toby
me,
and
but
Korkmaz, dude.
Korkmaz
You're
is
essentially trading LeBron for like a first round
One
pick.
first
Well,
They're-
no,
yeah.
Tobias Harris is still helping the Lakers win some games.
Yeah, but if you're trading LeBron, you're
No, but
throwing
I'm
that
saying
out the
it's still
window.
keeping
Like,
you
yeah, I
afloat
guess.
somewhat.
Oh my god,
Like-
the Toby and AD duo, bro.
Feeding
That's
families.
some stuff.
I hope not.
Feeding
I hope
families.
not hungry ones.
Oh my god.
Hey, doing shit.
Yeah,
Trev asks, "Who the fuck is Toby Harris?"
yeah. Toby
Tobias
is crazy. Yeah,
Call
no,
him
this
Toby.
is, and also I think that's completely off the table now for Philly.
Well, yeah, this was before Embiid
So,
got hurt, obviously.
But yeah. I don't even know about that.
And then the last trade is the one I love. It's Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, and 2 firsts. I think it was Dallas unprotected and whatever unprotected this year for LeBron.
Even if you threw in Quentin Grimes and another first,
Right,
round pick,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think
still
that's the
wouldn't
trade, but-
fucking cry
yeah.
about it. Like as a Knicks fan, I really do think LeBron is our missing piece.
LeBron
With what we
Brunson.
have on this team and the way he's shooting the ball this year, especially, bro, you put LeBron with Jalen Brunson. You have OG, who is the best perimeter defender in the NBA. You still keep Quentin Grimes in this hypothetical scenario. Still have Dante. Still have McBride. You got all these guys who could shoot the shit out the ball next to LeBron James with a dominant center. Yes, I said dominant center. And I mean, look, bro, LeBron in New York is a match made in fucking heaven.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Crazy.
in there.
In terms of the Lakers, I like this one the best too.
Yes.
Yeah,
You get
definitely.
Julius Randle, who's better than Tobias Harris, and you get an extra first-round pick. So
Right.
hell yeah, sign me up.
Right. And that's all
Oh
I
my
got.
God, Julius Randle and AD back like the old days.
Oh boy.
Get DeMarcus Cousins and bring the band back together, bro.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God.
Boogie Cousins.
Those were the days, man. 6th man of the year, Julius Randle, baby.
And that's it. That's
Yeah,
all I got.
but and like you said, LeBron on the Knicks is. We said it before we started the show too. Like, they're
About as box office
Yeah.
as it gets.
like we
so-
said, we're never getting to another Knicks game if it happens.
Nope.
because the tickets
But that's
will be
okay.
So expensive.
But
I'd
I'll
buy
be
that-
so
I'd buy
happy
that jersey
But we will
faster
be
than
able to
anything.
afford it if you guys
Yes.
subscribe to the channel, like follow
We'll
us
have
on all our
box seats.
socials.
We honestly might get paid to go to the game. Who the fuck knows? If you guys just keep showing love, who the fuck knows? So,
All right,
but yeah,
moving on. That's enough Lakers
that was a
talk
lot of
for
Lakers
me.
talk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we still have so many teams.
We have a good amount of teams.
Oh shit, I'm in pain.
The New Orleans Pelicans. They are 7th in the Western Conference, 27 and 21. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. C+. Completely meeting my expectations. Brendan Ingram's been cool. Zion's been cool. CJ McCollum's been really good.
Yep.
Love Trey Murphy. Love Herb Jones. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I went with a B. They're a very good team, but they're not one of the
Yeah.
top tier teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think a C+ this is exactly what I expected the
Completely
Pelicans to
meeting expectations.
be. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
I can't give them higher than
Sick.
that.
Sorry, Pelicans fans. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Charlo.
Oh yeah, forget Charlo.
Sorry, Charlo.
Charles a Pelican fan?
Yeah.
He
What a
is,
strange
yeah.
pair.
What a strange man.
Get well
Yeah.
soon, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, get well
Get
soon,
well soon.
Charlo.
What we're doing.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh,
Still
shit.
messed up
He just
He
got.
got
I think he just got surgery the other day.
from the basketball game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
bro.
about that after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I did not know. I've been out of the loop.
We'll talk about that
That's
after. Why
horrible.
can't we talk about it now?
He didn't even react like that when Embiid tore his meniscus.
Why can't we talk about it now?
What about what?
He got surgery. I mean,
All
come
right,
on.
so they're patching up the wing, you know. And
Well,
one day,
I don't know if it's a wing so much as a
We hope
Leg.
he's okay.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. I didn't know. I'll
get well
that's me.
soon,
I'm not trying
buddy.
to get deep on here, man.
You didn't know?
Trying to go
They
deep
got
on him.
surgery? No. Yeah, that's horrible. Man.
I didn't know he got surgery till Gallo.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
thought he got it a while ago.
No,
be
he
honest.
got it like a week or two ago. He got it recently.
About a week
Wow.
ago.
Get well soon, Charlo.
Yeah, get well soon, dude.
He was texting me the other day. He was in Canada or something, I guess, with his fucking girlfriend.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he put off the surgery until he was back from Canada.
He's the only person I've ever met that said, "I have a girlfriend in Canada," and actually is
Had a
Dead
girlfriend in
ass
Canada.
standing on business.
It's like your gamer girlfriend they'll never meet.
Carlos
like,
a man,
it's like she
bro.
goes to another school.
Met her in a
sorry.
COD lobby.
Fun fact,
Never seen her
the
in my
first
life.
guest we ever had on the BallGame podcast.
Mike
Michael
Charlo. Wow.
Yeah, those were
Bring him
days.
back one day.
We need to get the soundboard thing going again.
What?
Can I play sounds?
There are
There's
sounds
sounds
on there.
Ooh, which one is which?
All those like lit up buttons over
yeah, yeah.
there.
What does this one do?
If you, I don't know.
Well, we can't.
One
hear
of
it.
them is like a really loud thing, though. There's headphones in the bag. If you plug in headphones to one of the
Hell yeah.
headphone spot, you'll
Right.
be able to see it, hear
Like,
everything.
spicy, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My
Um,
spicy content's in the bio.
All right, next up, the Toronto Raptors, sitting at 12th in the Eastern Conference, 17-30. I give the Raptors a B plus for picking a direction.
Sure.
Finally did it. Traded OG and traded Pascal.
Sure.
That's good enough to get a B plus from me.
Yeah, I'll agree. B plus. They got a pretty decent haul in return.
I give it a B minus because they still suck. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, it is big for them that they chose the direction and got some decent amount,
Yeah.
a decent amount for both guys. So, yeah, that's that.
All right. Moving on.
Shout out to the Raptors, man. Like the fuck am I gonna say?
Shout out
about
to
them?
6. Yeah.
Shout out my boys, RJ and IQ.
Yeah.
Shout out my boys.
All right. Next up, we got the
Oh.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland.
I'm gonna try and help Pete set this up though, so we get. I just wanna make sure it's on, though.
Real quick, I guess I'll go. They turned this whole damn thing around. If we did this probably, I'd say like 3 weeks ago for the Cavs, I would have probably gave it lower than a C, like maybe a C minus. But since we're doing this right now and the Cavs have been as dominant as they have been, I gotta give them a B plus, honestly. 29-16, 4th in the Eastern Conference. After how bad they started the year, and I say bad, but like how mid they started the year, I should say. I gotta give them a B. I'll give them a B plus. I'll give the Cavaliers a B plus for turning this whole thing around. They're right about where we all expected them to be in the Eastern Conference standings, though. But given how they turned this thing around, I gotta give them a B plus. They've dealt with a lot of injuries and they've weathered the storm.
So I went with a B. The Cavs are just they've played really well without Garland and Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell's done a great job, and Jared Allen have done a great job keeping them afloat. I have their record here. They're 8-13 against plus 500 teams, so you don't love that. But again, you're playing without pretty much your second and third best player, so that's a little rough. But even with those guys healthy, I don't think they're much better than they were last year. So I went with a B.
I give them an A minus. I'm moved by their ability to stay afloat without Mobley
That's
and
fair.
Garland in the lineup. I think Donovan Mitchell has been playing at he might be playing as the best two guard in the NBA right now this season. And Jared Allen, man, any chance I get, I did it on my podcast the other day with Nick. Jared Allen, any chance I could get to praise that man, I will. One of the better passers out of the short roll we have as a center, elite rebounder, not an elite defender, but can more than hold his own in terms of rim protection, and he's a great pick and roll partner in terms of being a lob threat.
Yep.
So And all those shooters, you got Sam Merrill coming out of nowhere playing a significant role. You got Max Strus, who's been fucking awesome for them, especially on the defensive end.
Yes.
His shooting splits might not be there, but
They're not great.
defensively, he's been really freaking good for them. Karis LeVert is actually having a good season for them, which is cool to see. Love Karis. And
Yep.
yeah, man, I give them an A-. I'm moved by their success to this point.
Yeah.
Don't do that one. That one's so fucking. I heard
That
it.
one is
I
loud.
heard
We
it.
heard
Yeah,
that.
I heard
Yes.
that.
We heard
Sounded
that.
like a minion got
Yeah,
tossed
don't do
across
that
the
one.
highway.
Testing each one at the end of whatever you guys
Yeah.
say.
That's a
Alright.
bad one. That's
Yeah,
a bad,
don't do that.
really fucking loud one.
Bad, though?
Because
It's
it's
so
loud
loud.
as
Did you just
shit.
do it again?
No. I unmuted my mic so people know what I'm
I was
saying.
gonna say, you're an
Nah,
asshole.
it's just loud as
No.
shit.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
so loud.
I mean, sometimes if it's a loud moment,
Yeah, I guess.
press the E
Like
button.
alert, yeah.
Listen, man. You
All right. Next up,
Ruin people's night.
8th place in the Eastern Conference, the Orlando Magic.
All right, I'll start this thing off. They started the season super hot, and they fell off. And I feel like how you start, if you start poorly, and recently you start, if you start well, and then recently start doing poorly, it's going to affect your grade just as much as if you started poorly and you've gotten really hot recently. So I have to say, given that they started as high as they did, and now they're the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, I have to give them a C because it's still kind of where I expected them to be. But a C, I would have been willing to give them a C plus had it, just been a normal type of season to this point. But a C minus is more where I want to be, given how they started hot and how they've fallen off. So a C minus for the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, I went with the C because I had really high expectations for this team. We know, but Paolo and Franz are stars, so that's a really good thing. They did start really hot, and they've had the same issues that they had even when they were good. They just don't have enough scoring, enough shooting on the roster, and really haven't done anything to improve that. So, I think there are moves to be made. I think they can make moves, but for now, it's just not all that.
Yeah, I give them a C plus. They're at about exactly where I thought they'd be, fighting for a playing spot as of right now. The Eastern Conference is close though, so they could move up the standings a little bit. But like you said, they lack shooting. I'd love to see them be aggressive at the
Yes.
deadline
Yes,
and make
exactly.
a move for sure. Like,
Yes.
I'd be disappointed if they didn't make a move at the deadline. But yeah, it's weird to see. I haven't really watched much Magic games recently, to be honest. So I haven't really seen what the reason has been for their decline lately. But
Because their defense is still good.
and they're getting
is really
healthier
good.
too.
Yeah.
You know, Wendell missed a bunch of time. He's back. I'm pretty sure Fultz is playing now. Like,
Yes.
they're getting healthier. So it's very, very. I got to do a deep dive on that sometime, maybe over the weekend. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, C plus for the Magic. Not really much to say.
Word.
Be better, Orlando.
Yeah, come on.
Chill out with that shit.
Which one did he
Did
click?
you hear it?
Which one did you click?
Nah.
No, it was great. As soon as you said Orlando, I accidentally clicked the wah, wah, wah. Yeah. And I was just literally testing it.
All
When
right.
I said be better, Orlando.
Yeah.
Next
no,
up, we have the Detroit
Oh boy. Okay.
Pistons.
F.
Let's keep
F
it short and
minus.
sweet.
F,
F.
Yeah,
minus.
F-
F
F
minus.
minus.
Yep.
Sorry, Detroit fans, you're not getting the time of the day today.
You don't deserve
You
it.
don't deserve it.
Come on, let's be real.
You don't deserve
Highest
it.
paid coach ever, and you have like -2 wins. Come on.
Atlanta Hawks.
I'm giving them an F as well.
Giving
I
them an F.
expected them to be the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
That was one of my predictions. So yes, relative to expectations, you have an F.
Totally fair. Yep.
They're just not a good basketball team.
Nope.
And you have some good players there.
Yes.
Some good individual players. You have a guy in Quinn Snyder who we thought would be able to turn this thing around, and it's the exact same problems. They don't defend. They don't play together. And they're just not a good team. I don't think there's a move for them to even make this year that turns it around for them this year. Obviously, I think we all expect DeJounte gone at the deadline, so maybe that'll spark some life into them.
You're also getting pennies on the dollar compared to what you paid for him,
Apparently,
so-
Quinn is begging for them to keep him. That's a report out there. But
Trey's
also, I
leaving.
will say there is one positive for the Atlanta Hawks. Jalen Johnson is
He's balling,
awesome
yeah.
at basketball. That's that.
Him and Trey are the lone bright spots.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, though. Like, you have Trae Young playing at the level he's playing at. You have DeJounte, who has
Still having a good year.
career
Good
high
year,
in
yeah.
points this year, shooting the ball extremely well. You have a guy like Jalen Johnson, who came out of nowhere and is having a really productive season, and yet it's translating to worse team success. Like, it's really just, I don't really understand, and I don't know what exactly the problem is. They just, they
defend.
don't play like a team on both ends of the court.
Yes.
They don't play like a team. And
Cohesion.
I expected Quinn to
Help that.
help that, and it's been the exact same problem. So it's trouble in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah.
Big
It's
time.
trouble in Atlanta,
Big time.
and it's getting to panic time in terms of your timeline with Trae Young.
For sure.
It's getting there.
It's crazy that we say that.
It's getting there. That's it though. Shout out the Hawks. Shout out
shout
Trae.
out the Hawks,
My God. Moving on, Memphis Grizzlies.
It's an F- again.
Is it or
They've
is
been
it?
so
I was
injured.
about to say this.
How about this? Let's agree. Can we give the Grizzlies an N/A?
Yes,
Not
I think so, yeah.
Perfect. Because
The Josh
I was about
suspension,
to
they've
say
been
I
riddled
don't
with
want to give
injuries.
them an F because of Ja's injury, but they are an F relative to their expectations. It's just unfortunate that Ja's hurt. But yeah, I'll get. This is one where I want to say it's an NA. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
you
that's
can't grade
fair.
it.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy though, Gigi Jackson, man.
He's
all
hooping.
these injuries, he's getting some burn. He's playing some good basketball for them. They just find these guys who just play basketball the right way.
Yes.
Yep.
You
I
know,
thought Zaire was going to be so good for them.
he kind of stinks, but
He does think.
other than that, they find guys who play basketball
Yes.
the right
Yep.
way. Moving on. Shout out to Grizzlies, man. They're gonna be back next year.
Yep.
And people are gonna count them out, and they're gonna be back.
They made a trade today
They did. They got
Yeah.
Victor Oladipo.
with this team. I think.
Yes. Next up, the Houston Rockets.
Wow.
The new look Houston Rockets with Steven Adams.
with
Next year.
Aquaman.
Next year,
Um,
though, because he's out for the year. Also.
Right.
Indeed, he is. Yes.
22 and 25, 11th in the West.
Get a B plus. I mean, you can even go higher with that because they were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league. Oh well, I mean they are the 11th seed. Yeah, no, even lower than that. Fuck that.
I'm gonna give them a C.
Yeah,
Personally, because again, I mean, I had half decent expectations for them to be in this spot, and they are another team that started the season really well and have tailed off just a little bit,
yeah.
especially recently. So for that reason, you know what? I'll give them a C plus because I didn't expect them to be 3 games below 500 at this point. I expected them to be more like 7.
Yeah,
games
yeah.
below 500.
I'm giving them a B. I'm changing it to a B minus because I expect them to be one of the worst teams in the league. So
Yeah, I give them a B minus. It's cool that they're at least competing for a playing spot. It's cool that Alperen Sengun is playing like an all-star caliber center. Home run draft pick with Cam Whitmore at 20.
Yes.
He's been
the
contributing
hell did he go
lately.
there, bro?
Amin hasn't really contributed much
Nope.
because he's been injured, and he was just a guy who we all knew was going to take some time. Fred's such a weird player because he impacts the game, but then also he could single-handedly lose you a
Yep.
game. It's just interesting. Jalen Green's been pretty fucking garbage
Yeah.
up until about a week and a half ago.
Like 4 games
Yeah.
ago, yeah.
I
once
won
it-
my fantasy team, so
Apparently
thank God.
it's he's gonna be a dad soon, I think. So that's a big deal.
Get dad
Fred's
strength, bro.
telling him
Yeah, exactly.
how to play as you're becoming a dad. That's-
Exactly. Those are the big things. Once you
I'm
become a
taking
dad.
just became a father Fred over a lot of people in NBA
Oh my
history
God, bro.
When did
yes.
he become a dad?
when they were in the playoff.
Oh,
tournament,
really?
right?
Oh, I didn't
remember
realize.
that?
He was going
Yeah, no.
crazy, bro. He was going nuts.
I didn't know it was because he became a dad.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't realize
yeah,
the two
yeah.
were
It's a
correlated.
lot. It's
That's
a lot
funny.
of guys in like sports in general.
dad
like,
strength's
once
real.
they become a dad, it's like
Yeah.
boom,
Right,
all of a
Pete?
sudden
When you became a dad, everything changed.
Know how to double it.
But yeah,
What
no.
does that even mean?
And Jabari Smith, big shout out to Jabari, man.
Yeah,
he's
he's
been,
been
really
cool.
good for
He's
them
been
too.
cool,
So
Yeah. They're cool. They're just a year or two away from being an actual legit
Yes.
team, and that's okay.
yes,
It's okay.
but
Be
Şengün is. They have their centerpiece. They have their centerpiece. So
Baby Yoke.
who we got next?
Finally, the Milwaukee Bucks.
This is such a complicated grade.
Yeah, because like they're objectively good team.
So let's talk about it. Second place in the Eastern Conference, 32-16. We haven't spoken about it yet on the podcast. I've given my thoughts on Obi's office, but I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. Sitting at second place in the Eastern Conference, they fired their head coach, Adrian Griffin, and brought in none other than the choke artist himself, Doc Rivers. So before we give our... Actually, we could just do it together, but what grade do you guys give the Milwaukee Bucks, and how do we feel about Doc Rivers becoming the coach of this group?
So I think it's common knowledge amongst us three. I think Doc Rivers is the most hated coach amongst us three. There's not a guy we give more shit than Doc Rivers. So let's just put that out there. In terms of their grade, this is tough, man, because they are a good team, but I picked them to win the finals, and I don't feel great about that pick right now. So
would you say they're a top 3 title contender right now?
No.
Would you say they're a top 4 title contender right now?
4?
Yes.
Yes, I'd say they're 4th.
Okay.
So I'll give them...
That's not good enough for them.
I agree.
That's what I'm like
Completely
trying to
agree.
They were supposed to be rivaling the Celtics
Right,
this year.
right.
The Celtics are clearly the better
Right.
team.
In my predictions, I said that the Bucks were going to have a better regular season record. And for that reason, and the fact that you fired your head coach and you had drama going on in the season, this is going to come as a surprise. I'm going to give them a D. Like, yes, they're still great.
Yeah.
But for everything that's happened, for you being a great team right now, you're not great enough. You're only 32-16. That's not great enough for me. You're the Milwaukee Bucks. You just got Damian Lillard. You should be right next to the Boston Celtics in the standings, neck and neck, if not above them. And you should be in a good situation with your head coach, not an unsettled situation with your head coach.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I give him a D.
Yeah, I've been pretty generous tonight. I'm going to give them a D as well.
Hey, yo.
I didn't say the D
wouldn't
this
give
time.
them
They don't
the
deserve
D.
the D.
They shouldn't
They
get
deserve
the
a
D.
D.
Yeah, all right.
There should be an
It's
A
just
over
like,
them.
I expected this team to win the NBA championship, and along with firing your head coach midseason when you still have a really good record, bringing in fucking Doc Rivers.
Bro,
Rivers.
he's got to
You
be the-
watch Doc Rivers come on. That's the guy. That's the guy we're bringing in to fix this. I mean, come on, man. And then it's just they've had the same issues. Not even since the beginning of the season. We knew that the perimeter defense and everything was going to be a problem coming into the season, and they haven't done a fucking thing to address that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a D. They're one of the better teams in the league. When you have Dame and Giannis, I guess anything's possible. But this is also a team that went out in the first round last year.
I'm interrupting you. Sorry. This
Go
is
ahead.
fucking hilarious. Look what Trev just tagged us in.
LeBron, I need you to trade these bums, Pelinka.
No, that was good. That was good. Trev, if you're still in the chat,
shit,
that was
Trev.
good.
That
That
was
gave me a good
I
fucking
want
laugh,
BallGame.
bro.
I want BallGame. I want the Lakers to trade Brown so bad.
Oh yeah, to the Knicks.
But yeah, nah. So Chris, what's your grade? I'm curious.
I'm gonna go with a C- for the Bucks. I think you guys hit every point on the head. I'm being a little bit more generous because the Dame acquisition is providing what we wanted it to provide in terms of their offense is not just amongst one of the best in the league this year, but more importantly, is significantly better than last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, through the drama with the head coach, through the defense being terrible, that does have to mean something. It does. And they are second in the Eastern Conference. It's not like they're fighting.
Yes.
There are other teams that we
Not
They
for
are
long.
fighting. They are
Yeah,
fighting.
They are fighting. But there are other teams that we had as title contenders who are not even close to the play, who are fighting for a playing spot
Yes.
right now. So I don't want to be too harsh on them, but like you said, having this drama in the middle of the season isn't normal. Having to fire your coach in the middle of the season isn't normal. And then I'll give my opinion on it real quick. I don't think Doc Rivers is the guy for
No,
this
he's
group,
not.
man. I just don't understand how you have the aspirations you have and have a guy like Giannis who you have done everything he's asked. They've been the most aggressive team in terms of doing what their superstar asks, and I applaud them for that.
Yeah.
And, Griffin was the guy that Giannis wanted. They got him. Griffin was no longer the guy Giannis wanted. See you later, alligator. But I just don't know how you look at a guy like Doc Rivers' track record and say, yup, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Doc Rivers even took the job.
Yeah, me neither.
Aren't you tired of being shitted on by the media, bro?
I kind of like him in the broadcast booth too.
You were doing
Like,
fine, bro.
I think
Making
he's cool.
money. You were
yeah.
in the broadcast booth giving your insight.
People weren't giving you shit.
Aren't you tired of it? When they lose, he is going to
he's
get
the scapegoat.
shitted on.
He's the scapegoat.
He's going to get shit. He might get shitted
He'll
on worse than he ever
probably
has.
get fired again.
It might be worse than he's ever been shitted on before. Why would you even do that to yourself,
Yeah.
man?
So, my thing about do you mind?
Sorry.
The whole Adrian Griffin saga is, I know it's a player empowered league, and I agree that you should do what you can to keep your superstar happy, because their opinion does hold a little more weight because they provide so much to your organization. There's a reason players don't pick coaches, because Adrian Griffin clearly was not the right guy in the first place. There's a reason that there's a front office, and it has to be a mutual understanding of Giannis that this is what I do, front office, this is what you do. Give your opinion, and your opinion should hold weight, yes. But like I said, there's a reason that there are people in positions to make these kinds of decisions. In terms of Doc Rivers, if it wasn't Doc, who was it? Who do you guys think? I know we could sit here and say anyone. But
I don't know, because I don't know
Hire
Exactly,
within,
right?
bro.
available
Hire within at that.
yeah.
halfway through the season.
Yeah.
You just, I feel like at that point you don't have a choice. You have to hire within.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't.
That's is that what they were saying to themselves? Hey, at least this guy won a championship. It might have been 30 years ago, but
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ, Doc fucking Rivers, man. Doc Rivers is gonna do it to me. He's gonna ruin my preseason
Life.
prediction. No, not my
Yeah,
life. I don't really care that much, but
I don't know. And listen, I think Doc helps. I think Adrian Griffin was really bad as a
He
coach.
was.
he's an upgrade to Adrian Griffin. Yes.
And I think he will help this team, and they will be better defensively. I know they're 0-2 with Doc right now, but
He
we got-
lost to the Trailblazers.
give him a break. Give him a break.
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
a break. New situation, taking over a team midseason. Give him a break
not
for
easy,
being.
yeah.
Give him a break for being 0-2. Give him 10 games. We gave the Clippers 10 games. Let's give him 10
Agreed.
games. But it's not about just improving your defense for the regular season for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's about winning championships, and I don't think Doc Rivers is. I won't call Doc Rivers a championship level coach until he proves me otherwise.
Right.
2008 was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was a long fucking time ago.
With
so,
a loaded roster.
yeah. All right. Moving along.
Who we got next? Oh boy. I hope we don't spend a crazy amount of time on
What
the
team is
Mavs.
this?
We won't. We're on the same page. 8th seed in the Western Conference,
Oh,
26 and 22, the Dallas Mavericks. I'll get it started. C+.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was gonna go for. I would say C.
I expected them to be anywhere from 4 to 8. I think they're pretty much. And the West is so tight. They win one game, they can move up to the 5 spot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they're the 8 seed, but they're not really an 8 seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They could
yeah.
be as good as the 5 seed, but Luka's been incredible. Derek Lively's been really, really
Yeah.
fucking good for you. Tim Hardaway Jr. is probably having the best year of his career right now. Kyrie's been great for you when he plays.
That's
It's a big issue, but other than that, I mean, Grant Williams has been pretty.
Yeah.
He's shooting 38% from 3. I was looking at it last night. He's not shooting bad from 3, but he just has games where it's 0 for 5. and-
It's over the past, since somewhere around mid-December or something, it tanked to 30
Yeah.
around there. So, yeah.
yeah, so
And his
Grant,
defense just hasn't been all that.
Grant
Yeah.
hasn't been the best. They're definitely lacking a real perimeter stopper. I think Derek Jones Jr. has been awesome for them, though. Awesome for them. Dante Exum has been awesome.
He
There's
Who
really
the fuck's all
has.
that coming?
there's a
He
lot
really
of good
has.
things that the
Yeah,
Mavs
yeah.
have done this year that I think aren't reflective in their record, and you're looking it up right now. That's the disappointment. That's what tanks their grade. Josh Green,
I was trying to go see.
one of my guys. He is just, I don't know what the counting stats are, but he's just been disappointing this year, man. So,
8, 3, and 2.5 on 47 from the field, 39 from 3, and 55 from the free
Yeesh.
throw line.
Yeah, it's just not good. This is a guy who I thought would take some serious jumps this year, but overall, I feel like the Mavs are right where we thought they'd be. They're a good playoff team. They could upset some people just because they have that guy and they have a pretty good sidekick next to him.
Another
Yeah.
guy.
So, yeah, I don't have much to say. No
Yeah,
heated debates
C+
about the
from me,
Mavs right
yeah.
now.
Fair. I'm happy to hear that, honestly. Who we got next?
My bad, Nick's texting me right now.
Who do we have next? All right. Well, I think we're down to like our final 10 or so. All right, a team is playing right now, actually.
The
So-
Utah Jazz.
10th seed, 24 and 25, Utah Jazz.
I give the Jazz an A-. I think if you can make the play-in with this roster, that's worthy of an A- for me. You have a bunch of young guys who are taking strides. You know, you have a guy in Keontae George who's seeing extended minutes. You have a guy like Walker Kessler Walker Kessler is not spoken about enough. I'm pretty sure I heard Trevor actually say this on his latest pod that Walker Kessler leads the NBA in block percentage. Like, that man is going to win a Defensive Player of the Year. There is not a doubt in my mind. Former UNC Tar Heel, actually, Walker Kessler, but
SEC Defense Player of the Year.
you have a guy in Lauri Markkanen who probably could have been an all-star this year over some guys, if
Yes.
give or take. But you have Colin Sexton, who's had a career resurgence, and you're building a culture, man. That's what it's about for them. It's so much deeper than wins and losses for the Utah Jazz right now. It's about building a culture, getting people to want to go there in the future, and just building up your young talent. And I think they're doing a great job of all those things, of getting the most out of their vets, so when they're ready to trade them, they have trade value. Getting enough out of their young guys and seeing development out of their young guys, and also competing in these games.
Yes.
So I think it's a complete success for the Utah Jazz. I mean, my first Sobeys Office episode was centered around them when they were ahead of the Lakers in the standings.
Oh, they were killing it, bro.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
fallen off a little bit recently, but again, it's so much deeper than wins and losses for this team. So I give them an A-. Shout out Will Hardy, man.
Yeah. No, I'm actually in agreement with you. I had him at an A- as well. And I think Will Hardy might be the best coach in the NBA, or one of. He's been that great with a
great,
roster
yeah.
that's pretty underwhelming. And I mean, if you get the chance, watch some Utah Jazz basketball, because that is one of the most free-flowing offenses I think I've had the opportunity to watch. It's beautiful basketball, and these guys are all on the same page almost at every single moment. So for them to be lacking talent the way they are, and for them to still manage to compete to the level that they do, it's no doubt an A-. In a rebuild, for them to still be good, kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll ride you guys. I'll give him an A- as well. Pete's giving me the eyebrows. Yeah, Will Hardy's a great guy, culture setter for sure. Yeah, you got Kelly Olynyk out there playing good basketball. I mean,
Hey, he's a good basketball player.
that's what I just said.
Yeah, but the way you said it was disrespectful to Kelly Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk's cool.
Do you remember Game 7, Kelly Olynyk?
I do.
Game
Can't
7,
forget.
Kelly.
Yeah, it was a monster.
Remember when he almost killed Kevin Love?
Okay, bro. All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Who is next? Shout out to the Jazz, man.
Yeah, Jazz are cool. They're gonna be a fun team to watch. They're gonna be one of those fun teams next year.
I'm so happy I
think.
live bet the Knicks, bro. That's
All right.
fucking beautiful.
The Washington Wizards.
Told you. Oh, it's an F.
Yeah,
I
Is it?
expected them to be
Yeah.
bad, but yes, they're.
I
that
think
bad.
the only reason they're not spoken about more enough is because the Pistons exist.
Yes.
So it's an F.
I mean, look. There's one thing to being bad.
Yeah, I'll give them.
There's
the benefit
another
of the
thing to
doubt,
being
though.
that
I'm
bad.
gonna give them a D- because Kuzma's good.
Sure.
I mean,
And Bilal's
Cade's
been
good.
Cool. Yeah,
Bilal Coulibaly's cool.
Cade and Durant are good, but
yeah.
it didn't help
Yeah,
their
but the
grade.
Pistons, we expected them to take a jump.
Yes.
Wizards, we didn't expect
Fair.
anything of.
Fair.
You know,
I'm
it's
sti-
kind of different.
I'm still-
You're right,
rocking
D
with
minus.
F. Yeah.
You're right, D
I'll give
minus.
them a D-.
But 9 and 38 is fucking.
Yeah, nine
atrocious.
wins is
Yeah.
9 wins is not gonna get it done.
Next up, a team that I wouldn't be mad if we threw some Fs around for this team. 11th place in the Eastern Conference, the 19-28 Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
I mean, I had some half decent expectations for this team.
They were good at the second half. After they got Mikal Bridges, they were solid. I won't say they were great, but
they were
they were
about
solid.
average.
But something they could have built on, and they just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give them an F because like the overall expectations weren't ridiculous for them. So I will give them a D though. I would say a D for the Nets.
Yeah, in terms of wins and losses, I think it's honestly like a C plus. They're probably about right where I would have expected them to be, maybe fighting for a playing spot. So they're right around there. But in terms of organizationally,
Yes.
it's an F.
Yeah.
Have to pick a direction. You have to You have to do something.
Trade Mikal.
Do something.
Trade Mikal.
Do something. It's not working. You have no future. Like, it's just. I'll give them a D plus. I'll kind of meet in the middle there. I'll give them a D plus.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
bet
them a D.
Yeah.
Yeah, give the Brooklyn Nets that D, baby.
No, they don't get the D.
They definitely don't get the D. They don't deserve
The Lakers
the
get
D.
the D because they have LeBron.
Yes, because we want him here.
I'm getting tired. I'm gonna start
We
saying
already
some
did 'em.
wicked shit.
You know that's usually when the crazy
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. The crazy thing is, like, I have some TikToks, and like they might be long TikToks.
Oh, it's
Oh,
fine.
boy.
I'll power through.
Alright.
I'll be good.
Next
I'm
up, the
getting
5
bagels after
seed in
this.
the East, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Man.
All right, I'll make this quick in terms of what I have to say. It sucks that Embiid got hurt. It really does. Because my grade would have been a hell of a lot higher had Embiid been healthy recently, and these Sixers probably would have continued to win some games. With that being said, you traded James Harden.
Were you really gonna impact your grade that much based on like the past 4 games?
Yeah, because if Embiid was healthy, I'm assuming they probably win 3 of them or so. They are on a 4-game losing streak and might lose tonight too, potentially. I think that would have made a little bit of a difference because of that 4-game win streak. I'm going to give them a B+. I would have been leaning towards giving them an A-, an A. But yeah, I'm going to give them a B+. So still a successful season for the
Yeah,
Sixers.
I mean, it's tough because I did this before we found out about Embiid's meniscus, and I had them at an A+ because I thought they were legit. They had legit chances to come out of the East, and now they just don't. But still, like, that's not anything they did wrong. If
We're
Embiid's
grading them
healthy,
to this point.
Yeah.
right?
So
So
if
to
you
this
were gonna give
point,
them an
yeah, an A+.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they exceeded expectations, and they're contenders. I think that's a recipe for an A+.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them an A-. They haven't exceeded my expectations. I remember
That's fair.
I was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
highest on the Sixers
Yes.
out of all of us preseason, but it's more than just a C+ because you got that jump from Tyrese Maxey.
Yes.
That's
For
what
sure.
needed to happen, and they got it. Joel Embiid having the best season of his career. They've been awesome, man. I hope Joel Embiid gets healthy. Let's give it a try in the playoffs, man.
Please,
Yeah.
this was
If
the
you
year
can.
to do it.
If you can.
If you could go. But if not,
Yeah.
just get healthy.
Just a
Joel.
touchy subject right,
Right now,
now.
they're beating the Jazz, honestly. So
Without Joel.
without
Yeah.
Joel, yeah.
Shout out to them. Sucks.
It does.
Kind of dims the mood a little bit.
It does.
I really go for some dim sum right now.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
All right,
Yeah, we're going to bagels after this.
Nice. Oh my God.
All right, bro.
Nice. Nice.
Put the microphone down there.
All right, next up, 7th in the Eastern Conference, the 25-23 Miami Heat.
Like 3 weeks ago, I probably would be at like a B+ or so. Now I'm at like a C-. I expected them to be a little bit better than this, and they've struggled 3-7 in their last 10. I have to give them a C-. This is still a good basketball team, and even after the Terry Rozier trade, I expected a slight jump, and they just haven't been good since then as well. So
Yo, mute
yeah,
that shit when you're not talking, Pete.
What happened?
Mute that shit when you're not talking.
It's not picking up, but I'll do it if you want me to.
with all that being said, I have to give them a C-.
Yeah,
Even
I
though they're
think.
about where I said they would.
Yeah, I didn't have them making the playoffs, so it's a little harder for me. I'm gonna go with C+ because I think the Rozier trade. Hang on, Rozier trade. Thank you. Will work out in the end. I think Miami's just that kind of team where they put it together, they figure it out. But if we're grading up to this point, yeah, the Rozier trade hasn't looked great recently, so C+.
It's early.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a B-. it would be a C plus because they're, like you guys said, exactly where we thought they'd be. 6-7 fighting for a play-in spot, but they finally went out and made a move. We violated this team last trade deadline because Pat Riley was sleeping at the trade deadline. They went out there and made a move, and that obviously it hasn't paid off. They just finally won a game after being on a 7-game losing streak, but showing that you're aggressive and showing that you're going for it, it gives me an extra grade. And
That's fair.
like you got, this is a team that our fucking midseason grade for them doesn't matter.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
matter.
They're going to the finals. It don't even
they're
matter.
a fucking contender.
Yeah.
Like, they are a contender.
Yes.
It's that simple.
You have Jimmy Butler, you have Bam, you have Eric Spoelstra. You're a contender. Yes.
Yeah, but I give
Duncan
them a B
Robinson.
minus. The Terry trade was perfect and exactly what they needed.
Yeah.
So.
And it'll work out, like I said.
You would hope.
All right, next up. We're getting to the end here. Thank God.
Yeah. This is an easy one. I feel like I could say this
Oklahoma
for all
City
of us. It's an
Thunder,
A+.
A plus.
A plus
yeah.
plus if I could
Yeah.
do that.
Yep.
Honestly, Thunder fans, we'll talk about you guys another time.
Yeah, we'll
A
get there.
plus.
You've shattered expectations. You've been amazing.
Good job.
You deserve a very long segment.
And
we
we'll
will
give
do
you
that
one
in
when
due
we're
time.
not tired.
Yes.
Like we're exhausted of talking about these teams. That's why
Yeah, it's
the rest of these teams, I don't think any of them get a top like a whole segment. We could fly past it.
Nope.
The Nuggets.
The reigning champs. It's been
B plus?
middle. It's
B
B.
plus?
I think it's a B. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went with an A. I think they're still contenders, and
Well,
I think they've bounced back from the Bruce Brown trade. Like, I don't think it's hurt them all that much.
That's a
and the
good
other
point.
guys have stepped up. So,
That's a good point. I like that point.
yeah.
I'll give them an A minus. You
That's
changed my
fair,
mind
yeah.
a little bit. I like that point.
for me personally, I still don't even move it because of the fact that we still expected them to be great, and we
Right,
expected them
yeah,
to
yeah,
figure it
yeah.
out
That's true,
rotationally.
that's
It's a B. So.
I get, yeah, it's relative on if you're going by your expectations versus
Yeah.
just looking at their performance objectively.
Yeah.
You got to you got to factor.
They're
in
the
both.
reigning
That's
champs.
Fine. Yeah,
you
exactly.
don't gotta go crazy in the regular season.
Yeah.
So,
All right. The final five.
oh boy,
Shaquille O'Neal.
did you want to talk about them?
No. I
Okay.
can't stand talking about them, actually. The Chicago Bulls. I don't know.
It's not as bad as I honestly would say, but they also haven't picked a direction to this point. With that being said,
I'll give them a C plus. Just
I was
because
about to
Kobe
say a-
White's been so good.
I did
about to
this.
say
I
a
said,
C.
I put in my notes. I put C plus, aging core that is losing trade value, and Kobe White has been a bright spot.
So what we just yeah,
Yeah.
I give him a C.
Shout out to Kobe, man. My fucking
Shout out
boy.
Kobe
So
White.
what do you give him?
C
plus?
plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give him a C plus too. Give that man the most
I've
improved,
been a
bro.
little bit more harsh. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, F.
Charlotte Hornets, F's all around.
F.
F.
Yep.
Get it together. Get
Or
it
don't.
together.
I don't really care.
You have something there.
Facts.
No, but I do care because they've
No, I
been
get
bad
it.
our entire life.
They really
Let's
have,
get it
man.
together. You have something there. You have LaMelo Ball. You have Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Miller.
You have Brandon Miller, who's been fucking balling
He has.
recently. He's been showing out.
Yeah.
So let's get it together and
Mark
let's
Williams
build
is
off
cool
that.
too.
Mark Williams just can't
Yeah.
stay healthy right now.
Let's build off that. F.
That being said,
You can't get lower. I mean, maybe you could get an F.
yeah, that's the only good thing about
The
being
Pistons got
at
an
rock
F
bottom,
minus.
man.
Yeah.
Pistons got an F minus.
DJ gave the Warriors a Z.
That nice.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the LA Clippers. It's an A plus.
A
plus.
plus.
A plus.
A plus. You traded for James Harden. We all thought you were fucked when you had a 6-game losing streak with him. And then it turns out that you're one of the best teams in the league since. So, without a doubt, it's an A plus. They're the best team in the league since after
Easily,
that
yeah.
6-game losing streak.
Yeah, easily an A plus.
So yeah, A plus.
All right. Sacramento Kings.
It's tough.
They're currently the 5 seed in the West, 27-19 at the current moment.
So their defense is better than it was last year.
Yeah.
But their offense is nowhere near. It's still good, but nowhere near as good because they were so good last year.
Sabonis having a career year, averaging some stupid numbers at the current moment.
I'm going to just give them a B.
I agree. They still
You know what? I'll go B plus because they've had a rough day.
for
But
them
neither of their guys made the All Star
for them
game. So I'll
being
be
8
nice
games
too.
above 500, they have a middle of the pack net rating. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Sure.
All right. And then to round things off, no other way to round things off other than with the Portland Trailblazers.
Not sure what that means to be honest, but I'm gonna give them a C. It's kind of what I expected, honestly. And Scoot has progressively gotten better, I feel like, as the season has gone on, which is a good thing. The only thing I would ask for them at this point is trade Jeremy Grant or something, unless they really want him to be their, vet in the locker room with that team. But it looks like DeAndre Ayton sucks at basketball.
No, he just got paid and he's cool.
You don't give a fuck about
Pretty
basketball.
much,
But yeah, Scoot's cool.
Put salt
outside
on
of
those
that-
roads so he'll actually go to the games.
Yeah, I mean, we expected you guys to be bad, but at least Scoot's figuring out basketball as he goes.
Yeah. I started with a C-, but I went up to a C because they spoiled Dame's homecoming when, that's like Doc Rivers' first marquee game as the Bucks coach too. So I think that's pretty cool.
That was the most.
So they get a C.
That was their most important. game of the
That's
season.
that's your championship.
That was their
you needed to win that
championship,
game.
yes.
You wanted to win that game, and you
For
did.
sure.
So shout out.
All right. And that's grading every team. Those are so long doing the every team.
That is
Yeah,
rough.
they are. They are,
And
but
it's so fucking late.
we do it because we love you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I have a TikTok for you guys.
I do too.
I like this TikTok. I think it's gonna be fun. So it's trending on Twitter, on TikTok. Getting some Paul George highlights and putting the Didn't You Know
Yeah,
song in
yeah,
the
yeah.
background. But people are saying Didn't You Know is Paul George's theme song now.
Mm.
So I'll ask you guys, what are these NBA players' theme songs?
Ooh, I like this a
It'd be
lot.
fucking impossible.
No, this is great.
And we're
I
gonna
love
start.
it.
Yeah, I know you're in touch with music,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you should have
So
some good
not.
answers for this. So the first one we're gonna do, the French Mamba, Victor Wembanyama.
Oof. Victor Wembanyama's what? Spelled fatto.
Strong star.
I have a song, but I can't say the song name.
What is Wemby's theme song?
It's pretty simple and it sits right in front of our face, but I just can't.
Sexy and I know it. by
Nope.
LMAO.
Nope. No, it's not the answer.
He said it like we were all supposed to know that too.
Can I where's he from?
France.
Where's France located?
Oh no.
Well,
You said that wrong, but I know
did,
what
did,
you're
did.
getting at.
What is the most famous city in France?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
What?
Johnny said it in the chat too. People in Paris.
No way, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
All right,
man.
But yeah.
that's
well,
a good one.
That was
that's a good
immediately
one.
what came to my head, and
Yeah.
I can't say it, so it's humans in Paris.
People were in Paris. What are you gonna do?
That's a good one. All right. Next up, had to throw him on the list. Let's go LeBron James.
Knew that was coming.
Forever by Drake.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
When I thought of the TikTok, I was like, that's what they're gonna say.
That's his theme
that's
song.
the easy. Yeah, that's the easy answer.
How about your guys' guy, Mr. Jalen Brunson?
Oh man.
I thought exactly
Empire State
that.
of Mind.
Empire State of Mind, but shit, bro. What is Jalen Brunson's theme song?
I feel like Jalen Brunson's more Frank Sinatra than Empire State of Mind.
Theme from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. Empire State of Mind is more mellows.
My Way. Because My Way by Frank Sinatra. Because he plays the game his way, unlike anybody else. My Way, Frank Sinatra.
That's cool. I'm cool with that.
All right. I gave
Big
you guys
Frank.
your guy. Give me my guy. What's Kobe White's theme song?
Oh, gosh.
Kobe Bryant by Lil Wayne.
It's a good one.
It's not bad. What is
Don't even know.
what is Kobe White's theme song?
Kobe White's theme song is. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. Oh,
There's so
boy.
many songs. I'm so
I try
I'm
to
so
think of
overwhelmed.
the city. Like, I try to think of the city
Chicago?
and the people from the city. But I don't know if Kobe White really
I
represents
mean, there's so
Chicago.
many Chicago rappers.
Yeah. I know.
You could pick your.
Tom's better at music than I am for so for this one.
Yeah, I'm just so overwhelmed by the choices. I'm
there is a
thinking of
lot
Chicago artists right now. Is it a Kanye song?
I think a Kanye song could work. Kobe White's a little bit out of control sometimes.
What's the one? Oh fuck!
Runaway?
No.
Because he's having a runaway. Like, he's
No.
having a great year.
No, stop.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Wait
know.
for it.
Every time I walk in the club, hating on me because I know it look good. My hair on right and my hair showing tight. He's got that hair, you know what I mean?
You can always
His
rely
hair's always
on.
done right.
He does have fire hair. You can always rely on Pete
Um,
to say the right thing at the right time.
no,
You can do this, Tom,
no, not really.
because I've left all the pressure on you now. Like I'm not responding to this question.
No more parties in LA.
I'm looking at that same album right now.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
No, more parties in LA. Just calm.
Think about
but
a Kobe
effective.
White mixtape with that in the background. It fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
No
Yeah.
more
Calm,
parties
cool
in LA.
highlights. No more parties in LA.
Yeah.
Head still good, dog.
All right. And we'll end this off. The last one for our brother O'Sweezy, who isn't with us tonight, Mr. Jason Tatum.
Oh, it's got to be the most Drake song ever.
I was about to say that.
Easily. I'm thinking Scorpion. Or For All the Dogs.
Huh.
Used to be a rich baby daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
Is it Rich Baby Daddy?
He is a
He
baby
is a
daddy,
rich baby
and he is
daddy.
rich.
What about I'm a Boss by Rick Ross?
Mm.
I'm a boss.
No, I can't see Tatum highlights to Rich Baby Daddy.
No. It's got to be a hella light skinned song. Like,
Emotionless.
yeah,
Drake. I'm looking at it. It's got to be a Drake song.
it's probably a Scorpion song. Yeah, you're probably right. What's the fuck? Shit.
The Motion on Care Package.
What's the name of the
Which one
song?
is it?
Key. Do you love?
In My Feelings.
There it is.
Yeah,
That's not. That's
In
not
My
the
Feelings,
Tatum
Jason
song.
Tatum's.
No, no,
song.
that belongs to
Emotion's
someone
a good
else.
one.
What?
That does belong to someone else.
The Motion. That's just some motion.
Chicago Freestyle.
Chicago Freestyle is Jason Tatum's song.
You can see Jason Tatum highlights of Chicago Freestyle, right? You think?
Yeah.
I have.
Dirty baby, won't you meet me by
I'm just
me?
in college. Dun,
Fuck is he talking about?
What?
All right, never mind.
All right.
Is that the one? Chicago Freestyle?
I think that works.
Jason Tatum's?
That
All right.
works. All right. So now I have something it's going to take a while. I'm going to send it in the group chat so you guys have it so I don't have to read them off. But we are going to be something that I'm surprised we haven't done yet on this podcast.
Oh shit.
We're going to build our perfect all-time NBA player. We're going to do it draft style. Whoever wants the first pick could have it, but
Oh, draft style. Okay.
this is the type of draft where whoever goes last gets back-to-backs.
Okay.
But
Oh, we're doing a draft.
we're drafting it. We each are building our own.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa, what the fuck did Nick text in the group chat?
I don't know.
Jesus.
But
Who wants first pick?
you guys
Go.
see the categories.
All right. You could take first pick, Chris. This is your idea. Go ahead.
All right. With the first pick, give me Steph Curry shooting.
Yeah, that's where I would have went.
Okay.
You're up. Oh, I'm up.
Yeah, it is me. Okay. With the second pick, I'm gonna take Manute Bol's size.
Interesting. The size includes strength, right?
Does
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I guess.
So
I think
give me.
Oh, okay. Then I want to. All right. I'm gonna take. Can I take that back then? If it includes strength.
I'll let you take it back, but like,
Yeah, go
where
ahead.
else did you think the player was going to get their strength from?
Athletics.
It's their size is their body, where
Yeah. All right.
comprised of their.
Take
All
it
right.
back. You can take it back.
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take shit, bro. I'm gonna take the basketball IQ of LeBron James.
That's fair. That's a good pick. I just think this player, because I have back-to-backs here, and I just think this player would be so fun to watch. Give me Shaquille O'Neal's size and Kyrie Irving's handles.
That's good.
What are you doing against that?
That's good. That's good.
It's like a 2K boss. All right.
I'm gonna take. Oh my God. I'm going to take the... I got to. I'm going to take the mentality of Kobe Bryant. The Mamba
mentality with LeBron's IQ is pretty.
Yeah, that's a good person's.
It's a good foundation.
Yeah. I'm going to take the size of Victor Wembanyama, and I'm going to take the athleticism of Air Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to take the shooting of Damian Lillard.
Wow. Okay.
Not Clay, because Dame could pull up from anywhere. Clay
Fair.
can't.
Give me the shooting of Kevin Durant.
Read my mind. Dude, I was just gonna say that.
And so shooting of KD. Bear with me here. I feel like I don't really need that thing,
Probably.
but it'd be pretty cool. Fuck it. Give me the athleticism of Russell Westbrook.
If anybody needs any ideas, you know, if you're having a lot of trouble, I got some ideas for you.
Give me the speed of John Wall.
Give me the Dougie of John Wall.
It's a good pick. Yo, fuck it. I win the draft right here with these back-to-backs. Give me the perimeter defense of Kawhi Leonard and the interior defense of Hakeem Olajuwon.
There you go.
All right, give me the perimeter defense of Scottie Pippen. You could argue he's even better than Kawhi.
But he's not. You know he's not. Come on. You're the Kawhi guy.
I am
Don't
the
lie to
Kawhi guy,
yourself.
but like Scottie, oof, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So give me I can take a player that's already been taken, but for another attribute, right? No, I can't. Okay,
Once they're taken,
That's
they're
fine.
taken.
Fuck. All right. That's cool. What mentality do I want? Like the only right answer for mentality is Kobe, right?
Yeah. And you can't pick Michael
Right.
because he was the OG, I guess, Kobe mentality.
You know what? I'm gonna save this one to the end because I don't think you guys are gonna take it. But give me the passing of Magic Johnson, and with my back-to-back, I will take. Who are some of the greatest? Drawing blanks here. Wait for it. I just can't think of some of these.
You could do this, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
Give me. What do I even have left? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Finishing, IQ, mentality. Oh, I haven't picked shit on defense, huh? You took Hakeem, right?
He took Hakeem.
All right, pretty simple then. Give me Mutombo's interior defense.
Yeah, it's a good one. Give me the finishing of Giannis.
Give me Jamal Crawford's handle.
It's a great pick.
And you know what? A guy who we scored average 27 points on like 60% shooting, like nearly like 70% from the rim. Give me the finishing of Zion Williamson.
It's a great pick because that was the other one that I thought of. Okay. Give me the interior defense of Bill Russell.
Big Bill.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you were going up against plumbers.
It doesn't matter because he's like a 55-time defensive player of the year.
That's true. Oh shit, I'm up, right? No problem.
He's converting his powers to this generation.
Yeah,
so.
okay. Okay.
Oh my God, did Colin Sexton just die?
Did he?
Oh.
Please no.
No, he's all right.
Oh, okay, he's cool.
Give me the basketball IQ of Chris Paul
Fuck.
Gosh,
and the
Nah, I shouldn't even be mad. I let it slide that far.
me too.
Should have been drafted way earlier.
and
I
the
was gonna pick his passing actually.
basketball IQ of Chris Paul and the perimeter defense of Gary Payton.
Nice.
Good pick. I'm gonna take the handles of Allen Iverson.
Nice. Give me the speed of De'Aaron Fox. And then so what do I have left? I have passing, basketball IQ, and mentality. The least important things. Give me the passing of Nikola Jokic. The hell are we
Oh
doing?
wow.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we sold. Yeah, I sold on that one. What are you looking at?
Bro's looking up a list, bro. Come on, bro. Get the hell out of here with your list.
Sorry.
Get that shit out.
Kids is sweat.
Yeah, come on.
All right. I'm gonna take the size of Wilt Chamberlain.
That is a big man. Strong man.
Big
Girthy
strong
man.
man. Yeah,
7'1", 7'2", 270.
sure.
Girth.
He's no Shaquille O'Neal though.
He was the OG Shaq.
Yeah,
Or
whatever.
Shaq before Shaq.
So I have I don't have speed. I don't have basketball IQ or mentality. My guy's just a big dumb rock right now. So give me the speed of Dwayne Wade. And then what am I missing? Mentality and basket. No, I have IQ. 7, 8, 9. I'm missing 2.
What are you missing?
So I have size.
We have a
just got
back-to-back right
speed.
now.
Yeah, I
Just
just
the
took
last two.
speed.
So
I have finishing. So finishing and mentality.
these are the back-to-back.
Well, no, he just took something. So
Yeah, I
he's
took speed. I have 1 pick. Yeah, yeah.
coming back around.
Yeah.
You should have 2 spots open, Matt.
Give me the mentality of Larry Bird. I want to talk some shit.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, I know what I have left.
Finishing.
Okay, give me the athleticism of Vince Carter.
It's a good pick.
Oh fuck. Oh, I got it.
Basketball IQ. A guy who plays the game the right way.
He fucking says Gordon Hayward. I'm getting up and leaving.
See, because basketball IQ isn't just playmaking. You know,
Right,
we have
yeah.
a passing category. It's overall basketball IQ.
That's why I picked LeBron.
So
yeah.
for that, I may completely fumble this. Give me the basketball IQ of Tim Duncan. That's a
Yeah.
guy who understands the game and understands how to play defense.
No, for sure.
And with my last pick, give me the mentality of Patrick Beverly. That is a guy who's gonna get after it.
True. And thinks he's the greatest at everything.
Yep.
So
Oh, I
Give-
cooked.
Give me. This is my final pick.
Yep.
Give me the passing of John Stockton.
Yep. I was torn between him and Jokic, but Jokic is cool. Jokic is flashy.
I have finishing.
I don't gotta be flashy.
Give me the finishing of James Harden.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. So we could read off our players.
Bro,
I'll
my
go
guy's
first.
fucking sick.
All our
Mine is
guys are
nuts.
sick.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
it
true,
would go.
yeah.
Building,
This is
building
crazy.
a player like this. So I'll do it in the order that they have the picture in. So I have the size of Victor Wembanyama. I have the speed of De'Aaron Fox, the shooting of Stephen Curry, the finishing of Zion, the passing of Jokic, the IQ of Tim Duncan, the perimeter defense of Kawhi, the interior defense of Hakeem, the athleticism of Michael Jordan, Jamal Crawford's handle, and to tie it all together, the mentality of Patrick Beverly.
All right. So I have the size of Wilt Chamberlain, the speed of John Wall, the shooting of Damian Lillard, the passing of John Stockton, the finishing of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the basketball IQ of LeBron James, the perimeter defense of Scottie Pippen, the interior defense of Bill Russell, the athleticism of Vince Carter, the handle of Allen Iverson, and the mentality of Kobe Bryant.
So I have the size of Shaquille O'Neal, the speed of Dwayne Wade, the shooting of Kevin Durant. What did I take? Oh, the finishing of James Harden, the passing of Magic Johnson, the basketball IQ of Chris Paul, the perimeter defense of Gary Payton, the interior defense of Dikembe Mutombo, the athleticism of Russell Westbrook, the handles of Kyrie Irving, and the mentality of Larry Bird.
Yeah. I don't think any of us have a bad player.
Nope.
So,
I mean, no one has a bad
And I
player.
couldn't even tell you who has a better one.
yeah, they're all the same.
I think I have
Let
the
us
best
know in the
player.
comments who you think has the best player.
Yes.
All right. And my last TikTok segment, I told you guys I came prepared today with a few of these. So,
Yeah, I got one too. It's quick.
have
though.
to do it.
It's quick though.
Cooking right now.
Which NBA player would you rather have based on their stats? All right. Player A is averaging 20.4 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's shooting 46.7% from the line, 31.3% from 3, and wait, did I say
What were
from the line at
shooting
first?
percentages?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
46.7% from the field, 31.3% from 3, and 85.5% from the line. Okay?
Okay.
Player B is averaging 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and he is shooting 46.7% from the field, 33.6% from 3, and 84.2% from the line.
Player B's averaging more assists, a couple more points, and shooting better from 3, so I'm going to take player B.
I'll take player B.
So player A was Franz Wagner, and player B is DeMar DeRozan.
Wow. I was
Wow.
not expecting that at all.
Who do you think is the better player, not based on the stats?
Franz.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I'd probably still stick with who I picked as before knowing, and it's DeMar DeRozan.
I think DeMar's still better than Franz. It's close.
It
though,
is
like,
close.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously the
because
stats are nearly identical.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, literally identical, but
Franz brings more defensively. Not like he's an elite defender or anything, but and you would theoretically say he's a better three-point
DeMar down the
shooter,
stretch. DeMar down the stretch is still cold as ice, though.
yeah, that's why I
one
take
thing,
DeMar
yeah.
just for how he could will
Take
you
over
to
a game.
victory.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
fine.
Alright.
All right, so I have one. So they're just this is NBA Would You Rather, and it's just like I have 4 hypothetical scenarios that have to do with basketball, and you just tell me what you want to do. So we're gonna start with a classic one because I want to put this one to rest. Would you rather win 5 championships in 5 years but make $5 million a year, or no championships in 5 years but make $30 million a year?
You're lying to yourself if you don't want the $30 million.
Agreed.
Yeah, championships gives a fuck.
Think
Give
about
me
it.
$30 million a year.
I don't give a fuck what you're getting in terms of bonuses or ads or anything like that. The difference is $150 million and $25 million.
Yeah.
With a max of probably 50. So
I mean, come on, yeah. I
I'm
think
taking-
the majority is going to agree with us, but there are people out there that are like, no, I want to win championships. No, you fucking don't.
Do you know what that does for you?
No, you don't.
I
Nothing.
need the max win.
I need the max win.
I would ask that question though: 5 million or 5 million with championships, or 15 million no championships. Lower that number in half.
Still taking
Still
15
75
mil, bro.
to 25. bro.
Consider you could make more than 10 million a year if you're winning 5 consecutive championships.
I think I'd have to consider it once
what I
it
mean?
gets to 10. If it's
You know
if
how
you
much
ask
money
10,
$10 million is?
No, I know, but I'm saying.
You know how much money $50 million is?
No, I know.
the difference between 25 and 75 is still is
Yeah, but I'm
still
saying, do you
a
think
whole
that
lot.
they could make more money than
Yeah, no,
50 million a year if they're winning the championships. You know what I mean?
Wait, 50 million a year?
No, so
15.
15.
Oh.
I said 15. You thought I said 50?
No. I say you're like
You know what I mean?
I think the number for me is 10. 10 or 12. That's
yeah,
the
you're
number.
getting too you're thinking too deep into it. It's for a TikTok segment.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
But no, it's still just a side conversation.
Side conversation.
No, but what you're
Yeah.
saying is do you think you can make more money if you're winning the championships based on outside things like brand deals and shit
Can you
because
make
you're
more than
winning
15
championships?
million?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
saying if the
fucking
question
know.
was 15 or 5.
I don't know.
I would probably
Would you
still
go
take
with
the
15?
15, but
Yeah.
like I said, like 10 to 12 is where I
think so,
draw the
too.
line.
All
right.
Side quest.
So the next one is another common one that we've seen for years. All NBA distance. You get a layup for 50,000,
Oh, this
a free throw for 100, or a 3-pointer for $1 million. I'm not hitting a 3.
free throws.
I'm considering 100. I'm considering the free throw. I think I can hit a free throw.
The free throws for $100?
100K.
Oh.
50K, 100K, $1 million.
Bro, 50K
Oh, give me the
layup is
50K
crazy,
layup.
bro.
Yeah, give me the 50K layup.
But
bro.
I'm gonna be fuck.
Bro, it's 50K guaranteed.
Yeah, but
bro.
I think I'm making that 3, bro.
Shut up.
You're not making
Shut the
shit.
fuck up. No,
The
you're
difference
not.
When you play
between
basketball,
50
you're not
grand-
making shit.
Hey, I'm
making
a
shit.
shooter in warm-ups, all right? I'm a shooter
Yeah,
in
but
warm-ups.
this isn't warm-ups. This
This
is
is the
for $1
NBA. This
million.
NBA
This
range
is
for
warm-up.
It's not
million-
warm-ups. It's for $1
This is the
million.
most important 3-pointer of your life.
Nah, you're not making shit, bro. I
Come
think
on.
you're more likely to airball than make that shot
That's
with that
bullshit,
type of pressure.
man. That's not true.
You're not
I'm
built, for that, bro.
pressure.
No, you're not.
I'm built for that
Yeah, you're
pressure.
Nah, man.
Last time I've seen you attempt a game winner was at the CYOMIV
Fucking
versus
hit it.
MB's team. You hit the ceiling.
Yeah, and I had a game winner with 15 seconds left this year.
The ceiling.
Bro, 15 seconds left. Come on.
Brother, it's NBA range.
Don't matter, bro.
No, it does.
No, it don't.
No, it does.
I'm better from deep. Y'all have
I
seen-
gotta take the layup for 50K.
Y'all have seen I'm
For
better from deep,
50K.
bro. I pull from half.
I hope
Tom
you
will
hit it.
be in fucking Turks and Caicos
Yeah.
with us 50K while you're sitting
Nah, I'll
on
take the
couch,
50K
bro.
layup.
Yeah,
I'm
While you're
trolling.
living in a box.
I'm trolling. Well, I'm not losing that money. I'm not losing it.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to afford to hang out with us.
That's not true.
I have a.
True.
All right, these two are more NBA related. So you're the coach of a team. Would you rather have a Stephen Curry that thinks he's prime Shaq, or a Shaq that thinks he's prime Curry?
Steph Curry that thinks he's prime Shaq, because I know Steph can make layups at a decent
Yeah, but he's gonna be like backing dudes down, type shit. Like, and if he's playing like that, but if he's playing like that, they're gonna put a big on him eventually.
But that's fine, because then I get a guard getting guarded by a fucking, it's a mismatch too.
Okay,
So
bro, a Shaq that thinks
or a
he's
big,
Steph.
you're getting a big that's gonna be guarded by a
Yeah.
fucking guard.
Yeah, the Shaq that thinks he's Steph is rough.
You're
I'm gonna-
fucked, bro.
It's
You're
so
just gonna
rough.
start pulling up with his stupid ass
Can
jump
you
shot.
imagine
Yeah.
Shaq coming down like the OKC game winner in 2016?
Nah.
If Shaq's coming up the court and just launches it from 38
Stop,
feet.
bro. No, it's definitely a guy that could play like Steph that plays like Shaq.
Yeah, I agree. And 4, right? Yeah, this last one is you have to pick one guy to take your team to a championship in the playoffs. Would you rather rely on peak Kawhi or peak Kevin Durant?
Pete Kawhi. He's already done it by himself.
Oh, why'd you do this, Tom?
That was easy for me. I've seen it from one of the two.
I think the problem is that peak Kevin Durant had the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
Oh, no, Katie fucked this all up by going to the Warriors in the first
Yeah.
place. There's not a doubt in my mind that he gets one with OKC if he just stays, bro.
Yeah.
Not a doubt in my mind. Fuck. I guess I have to take Kawhi by default.
Because he did it in his
Yeah.
peak. Yeah, I'll take Kawhi too. But that's
That was one of the most historical playoff runs we've
Yeah, I
seen.
have
Yeah.
to take Kawhi.
yeah.
I'd be wrong if I didn't take Kawhi.
Yeah,
There
I
you are.
agree.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well done, guys.
History backs it up.
True.
There's no precedent for Kevin Durant to do it. So,
All right.
And that's that.
all right.
It's the BallGame podcast.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. We're on the road to 1,000. Please subscribe if you're not already. We're getting so close. Maybe we gained a subscriber during this, but the last I checked, we were 71 away. And by tomorrow, I want to be like 50 away. So let's get there. Let's keep this thing moving. We do appreciate all the love and support from you guys. Please continue to shower us with all of that. Follow us on all the socials. As I said, we're getting close to 1,000 on a few of the accounts. And TikTok, we want 10K. Put a 0 behind that one. So love you guys a ton. And with that,
Ball game.